I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, save the people from the villains, catch the crooks who rob the stores, write my name upon the sky, and when you call me, I'll be there, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero. Thoughts, emotions swirl. I wanna be the man that saves the world, yeah. The world is full of super problems, so we made up a Superman, but he is just imaginary. And here we stand without a plan, with new ideas and innovation. Man still cannot tame creation, and though I'm told I'll never fly, that doesn't mean that I won't try. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero. With fearless thoughts, emotions swirl, I wanna be.
Hello and welcome to the continuation of the WGL tournament, or what we are now calling it the Soundblaster $3,000 tournament, obviously because Soundblaster are sponsoring it. As you can see, myself and Gucci now wearing these Soundblasters. Just while we're waiting for this game to start, Gooch, what do you reckon? What do you think of this?
The tournament itself, or the Soundblaster headset?
The Soundblasters, because look, I can just go and stand. I'm just going to commentate from here for the rest of the game, I think. Just see how we go.
It is actually so much more relaxing to not have wires trailing all down you. So yeah, they are actually great headsets, very comfortable as well. That's our little plug for the start of the stream anyway. But no, tonight's tournament, of course, is the continuation. This is the second lot of matches being played. For those of you that want to see a full map list, you can go onto the wgl.co.uk, hit Call of Duty, and then scroll down to the Soundblaster PROAM tournament. But up for you tonight, we have got Prophecy versus My Pressure first of all, and then roughly at around 9 PM, of course, there may be little delays, or starting a little bit earlier depending on how quick or slow this game gets underway. We will be seeing TEC versus TCM, followed by Optic versus Apex Dominance, and then last on stream tonight we have got EnvyUs taking on Ante. So after last week's events, Ralph, what do you think of the tournament so far?
It's been really good, and I think I know this might sound a bit biased, like because we are in MYP ourselves, but this is going to be a really good game between these two teams for a few reasons. Firstly, of course, there are two top European teams that could apply to most teams in this tournament, but also because both of these are currently on 3-0 wins in their group. So as it currently stands, they're both top of the group, so the winner of this will decide who is going to be probably placing first and therefore playing the second place of another group.
Yeah, it will be a very tight game, I would have thought. Now, myself and you have sat in scrims of MYP versus Prophecy recently. I think it's fair to say they were fairly balanced. I'd say perhaps Prophecy actually got the edge in those scrims, personally. I mean, obviously, like Ralph said, we are both part of the My Pressure family, so we will refrain from being biased as best as we can. But like I say, I personally think that Prophecy had the edge in the scrims.
It's one of them things. Yeah, I was... So I think I'm being really loud here, guys. I'm just going to move it away a little bit. Yeah, I was going to say it's one of them things where you can't really base much off a scrim, but as Gooch is saying, they are very balanced, and it's going to be a really hard one to actually predict. We do have the maps up in front of us. I don't know if you can see them in the chat there, Gucci, just to give us a bit of a rundown or something.
Yeah, I can do. The maps for tonight are going to be as follows: CTF.APEX being first map, S&D Underground second, CTF Arcade and third. This is actually a best out of 5, so those 3 maps will definitely be being played in each matchup regardless, and then S&D Bootleg 4th and CTF on Lockdown being the 5th and final map if it goes all the way. Remember that these are all going to be best of 5s. Like I say, it has been fairly balanced in scrims, but now the competitive environment really does hit it up. Remember that the winner of this whole tournament overall will actually receive $2,000 per team. So split that out, you've got roughly about $500, where you have got $500 per person. So very good and worthwhile.
Yeah, it's not a bad prize at all. Of course, the runners-up will be getting $1,000 prize. So if you can just get to the finals, at least you're guaranteed something. And of course, the prestige of doing well in a tournament, which can therefore lead on to better sponsors and a range of benefits, as well as the recognition of performing well. So all the players are in the game at the moment. It's actually good. I don't know if you guys tuned into the last stream of My Pressure, and I think Prophecy as well. I think they both used a pickup. I know My Pressure did because Jerd was having problems with his connection, so they actually used Sowers, who they're now playing against. Maybe Sowers has got a little bit of information from there.
No, actually, Rel, Sowers picked up last Monday night, which was a completely different tournament, I think. MYP basically actually did use their full lineup last Sunday. Rel's completely got that wrong. He's getting mixed up between tournaments.
It was only a matter of time.
Yeah, it was actually Prophecy that got the mix up between... Prophecy did use a pickup last week, however they have got their full lineup. I have just been told that Jerd is lagging. Unfortunately, he's dropping 2-bar quite frequently for MYP, so he's getting his excuses in early, guys. If he drops neg, it's all down to lag. But no, Prophecy have got their full lineup in, which will be good to see. Of course, they did actually use Madcat last week, who was stereotypically an AR player. However, he used the SMG and they did win 3-0, so they did well.
Yeah, and I mean, something we should probably point out is that all teams are allowed 1 changeover throughout the tournament if there are network issues and things like that. Jerd does sometimes have problems, though, with his connection, and I do know this actually showed us his upload and download speed, which is horrific. But sometimes it can be fine, sometimes it can be dropping 2-bar. So, you know, I know he does have problems, which is why he actually had to substitute out for Sowers in that separate game that they played. But hopefully everything is going to be okay, and hopefully they're going to be able to get this underway and started as soon as possible.
Yep. If you are actually watching on the main YouTube page, if you're not, then feel free to go and do so. There is actually a link to the Soundblaster website. You can go over there. I think there's a 25% discount on for the next 24 hours, basically just for you guys for tuning into the stream. You can go on there, get yourself 25% off all of Soundblaster's products on that website, including these headsets that are currently being worn by myself and Rel. But now we are going to get things underway, get in with the action, go on board with the top team first of all, which is going to be Prophecy, and we are on board with Swanee.
There we go. So Swanee using the AR is going to be playing a little bit more defensively than Sowers and Shane, who will no doubt be the SMGs for this team. Interestingly, from Swanee at the moment, he's being very reserved in his gameplay. We'd usually see him pushing straight to the middle of the map and trying to lock down the spawns, but it is MYP who have opened extremely aggressively.
Yeah, we did just see Momo run straight in there and actually get Sowers his first kill of the game. Sowers was able to just take him out in the back. Swanee, sorry, as Sowers picks up a nade kill over on the other side of the map. But now Swanee team killing Shane and going to push out into loading bay. It has been taken down by Jerd, but Jerd also team kills being exchanged in this game so far early on.
Yeah, some friendly fire going down. Gunchy was luckily there to recover that, picking up the 2-piece against Jerd and Momo, who are the 2 aggressors for MYP, so shutting down any kind of flank capture that could have gone down and allowing Sowers to break out into an area that is a lot more comfortable for him.
Yeah, he is providing that cover towards Sowers as they do actually both push down that left-hand side, takes out Jerd at that Domo A area. Gunchi now just trying to advance down this left-hand side, sees Momo over on the right-hand side forklifts, has just taken out his teammate in the form of Sowers, and yet another team kill has gone down. McGee has taken out Pasco, and that is looking bad for MYP. Jerd last alive, but has managed to recover things and take out Gunchi, but now Swanee is pulling that flag with his ACR extreme conditioning and going to run it up the middle of the map, but has been stunned.
Well, absolutely. He has been stunned. He does go down to Momo there, who is top balcony. The flag is still down in a dangerous position, and Prophecy could easily recapture that. Unfortunately, though, for Prophecy, that has been returned, and now Prophecy in trouble straight off the spawns, and I don't know if they're going to be able to shut this down.
It's not looking like they are going to be able to. Of course, MYP on the counter-attack now, as they have managed to pull that flag away, and they are actually relaying Judge straight there, ready for that relay. Didn't opt to go and for the safe option of actually making sure that all that flag came back, everybody come back with that flag. That didn't happen. Now Jerd is going down that left-hand side. Swanee is behind him, goes for the kill, but has three of MYP in front of him, and this is looking bad for Prophecy, as MYP are going to take a 2-0 lead here on Capture the Flag Dome, first map of this Soundblaster Creative Pro-Am tournament.
Yep, and it's very, very early on, so I mean that allows Prophecy plenty of time to come back, but it also shows how strong MYP are from the word go. Gunchi being very reserved in his gameplay at the moment. He knows that someone is around this area and he's probably going to come head on. The pre-fire did go down, didn't take anyone out, but he does take out Pasco.
Yeah, they are currently trailing 2-0, and they are effectively what is on the better side as well, so this is playing right into MYP's hands now. This is looking very good for My Pressure early on in this second week of games. Of course, they were a last-minute replacement for the dropped-out Mythics in the first week, but that is 4 down for Prophecy, and can MYP capitalise on this?
Oh, well, Gunchi there, I thought, and it's a big mistake from Swanee. He's actually killed Shane, and as a result of that, it means he dies as well, and this is almost certainly going to be a flag capture for MYP. Prophecy having a little bit of a nightmare at the moment.
They are indeed. That is 3-0 up to MYP now. They actually have been on earlier. They came on an hour early for some extra scrim practice just to make sure that they were finally tuned for this tournament. Of course, the winner of the overall tournament does actually get themselves $2,000 to take home. So a very worthwhile prize for this online tournament. So it was worth coming on, getting those extra bit of practices in. Maybe Prophecy have only just come on for the first time, I don't know, but Prophecy, Swanee killed himself yet again. That is going to be 4 down for Prof once again on the good side as well. This is not looking good now. McGee on that very so effective spawn trap. McGee, look at him going strong there. He's taken out 2. Sowers has managed to escape and run towards the dome.
Yeah, Sowers is going to do something else, otherwise they are going to go 4 down, but Momo is going to clean that up, and this is almost certainly going to be flag capture number 4 on arguably the harder side for MYP.
Yeah, I've just been told to move my mic away from my mouth. I do apologise if that has been causing you some disruption in the stream chat. But now MYP currently leading 4-0 on the bad side of Dome. It would take one huge mistake for them to actually drop this now, I would have thought, as we will be seeing them go into the second side. And it's not looking like Prophecy are going to be able to capture a flag in this first side, despite being on what is effectively the better side of the two. But now Prophecy just trying to get their eye in for the next side. Hopefully they will be able to put up a fight against My Pressure.
Yeah, Shane's going to try something here alongside Gunchi. I don't think there's time to actually get this flag back, certainly with the stuns going over. Round number 1 is going to end 4-0 to MYP, but we've seen stranger things, Gucci, than teams come back from this amount of flags. Certainly possible for Prophecy to pull it off.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was a game last week, I think, was that actually MYP themselves? I can't remember, but where they won 4-1 on the first side. I think it was actually against EnvyUs last week on Arcaden. They were won 4-1 on the first side, but then EnvyUs won 4-1 on the second side, which basically meant it was actually tied. But now this second side, we are going to switch things over, go on board with MYP. It'll be interesting to see whether they adopt a more defensive game role now. And Swanee has taken down Shane once again. So many different friendly fires actually going on, and we are on board with MYP McGee on this second side of CTF Dome.
Yeah, and I think some of these friendly fires, you know, are warranted. Sometimes someone will just run into the line of fire. There's not much you can do about it. But, for example, that spawn trap grenade we saw earlier from Swanee, it was unlucky, but it's things like that that definitely cost them a flag. And potentially, too, because they just set up a relay and McGee was straight onto the spawns.
Yeah, exactly. McGee was straight there to actually hold that out. Oh, actually, as we are on board with McGee, I was going to say we should perhaps move away from him as he is adopting a very defensive role here, but somebody has penetrated their spawn area, so McGee and Jerd are just going to wait it out and actually defend this. Pasco in there as well. Sowers has been taken down by Jerd, and Jerd has leapt into the loading bay area but has been taken down by Gunchy. McGee left to defend now. Takes out Swanee. Gunchy is behind him as well. McGee going for the pre-fire. Gunchy is not coming for him, but he's pulled out his Magnum and just trying to wait it out now and get his teammates some chance to spawn.
And you know what? The important thing at the moment for MYP is not to allow the relay. Sure, if they lose a flag here, it's not the biggest of deals. They're currently 4 flags up at the moment, which is a huge amount. I mean, if Momo can just stall him a little bit at the back, every second is just going to help. And they have actually managed to get that return, making things a lot harder for Prophecy.
Yeah, like you say, as the time ticks away, it does become ever so increasingly harder for Prophecy to actually get this back. I mean, 3 minutes, 20 seconds, still plenty of time for them to actually do this, but now Momo just lying in wait. Will that flag run past him? Yes, he will. Momo just pops out of that nice little corner, takes out Shane with the knife, and they are straight back to defending that flag.
Yeah, and that was some very defensive play from MYP. I've just pressed start though now, and I can see every single MYP player has actually pushed out the spawn. McGee with a 3-piece, Sowers, Gunchy, Swanee going down, and the potential to actually pull another flag. Shane also down, and this is looking yet again very good for MYP.
See, they've played that very smartly. I think, to be honest, that was adopting a more Optic role. What they do is they sit back a little bit, wait for the enemy team to push them, and then when they get 3, maybe 4 down, they then push out and try and get them off the spawn, which McGee actually did brilliantly there.
Well, Mo throwing those stun grenades out. It doesn't matter that they didn't manage to run the flag home, because as we said before, they are still 4-0 up. This is going to be a best of 5, and we're going to be streaming 4 games tonight. This is the first of 4, so please stay tuned for all of those games. The car exploding on Jerd, really unlucky. And here we go, finally we're seeing some aggression from Prophecy.
Yeah, this is looking better from Prophecy now, but I think, to be honest, it is actually too late for them. I can't see MYP dropping a 4-0 lead here. I mean, it is still possible. With 2 minutes left on that flag, they need to be making sure they are actually defending the relay as well, just to make sure that this doesn't get pulled again from Prophecy. Of course, they are now trailing 3 flag captures behind with 2 minutes left on that clock.
Well, Momo is defending alongside Jerd and McGee, and yes, it's going to be some very passive play. I wouldn't recommend this if they were only 1 flag ahead, but they do have a big cushion to fall back onto. Momo is going to go down though to Swanee and Shane. Pasco cleaning that mess up though very effectively.
Yeah, Gunchy taking out Jerd, but Pasco taking out Gunchy, and now we are going to be able to see MYP push out a little bit again. McGee chucking the stun straight over, but now it isn't needed, as we do actually see MYP all in their spawn area, all apart from Momo, who is currently on the Jeeps middle map, and with 1 minute 15 left on that clock, it's not looking fantastic for Prophecy.
Okay, well, I'm seeing what McGee's doing. He has spotted someone, just taking his time before he makes the shot, and it was against Swanee, but Shane was there ready and waiting to take out McGee, and has now pushed in. No one has found Shane yet, and he's in a dangerous position, and has actually pulled that flag and does have the support of Gunchy. Momo giving chase.
Yeah, 54 seconds left on that clock. It's going to take something very impressive from Prophecy. They do need to capture this flag now to have any attempt at the relays. I can't see MYP dropping this, but like you say, stranger things have actually happened.
Are you wondering what that alarm is, Gooch?
Yeah, I can hear it as well.
we can both hear an alarm through our microphones, but I think Melmoss just sorting that out. But yes, with 30 seconds left on the clock, MYP are going extreme defensive, just sitting in those corners, just running the time down and playing it sensibly. There's not enough time for Prophecy to actually bring this back. So game number 1 is going to be 4-2 to MYP.
Yep, unless we do see any late minute flag captures, but I highly doubt we will, to be honest. With only 11 seconds left on that clock, nobody has pulled a flag away, so that does mean that My Pressure will take the first map, CTF.APEX, 4-2 in total, with that impressive first side victory of 4-0. Prophecy did get back into it a little bit towards the end, but I think they left it a little bit too late to actually shut down My Pressure.
Okay, well, the next map and game type is going to be Search and Destroy on Underground. I mean, that first side there by My Pressure played absolutely brilliantly. I do feel that they were actually struggling. I know they did go 2 flags down, but I did think Prophecy did actually have the potential to bring that back at one point. But we just saw MYP get very defensive and just ensure that they actually got that win.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, that did actually hinder them a little bit. I would never ever recommend a 4-man defence like we actually saw in the dying minutes of those games. But if that's what they chose to do, of course, it did get them the victory. But I think, to be honest, whenever you go down when it's like that, you do leave it a little bit too late.
Okay, well, there we go. I've also got Setsi there in the lobby. It's actually the MYP manager, so I'm not sure if he's doing coaching for the team or what. But nevertheless, Underground Search and Destroy is going to be game number 2. As always, we'll stick to the attacking side to get that more entertaining gameplay. And, you know, we're going to see teams repeatedly push that B bomb. It's always interesting to actually see one try something different and go for the A side, but it's just so difficult to get the plant down.
Yeah, now I am actually experiencing some sound difficulties, not from the headset itself, just because of the fact that we have got Melmoth, the streamer for today, is being very noisy in the background of his mic, so it is actually quite difficult for me to concentrate, but we are going to hopefully shut Melmoth up and then get underway with Search and Destroy on Underground.
Okay, well, it's going to be the attacking side.
Cheers.
And let's have a look. That's going to be bottom team. Oh, make sure I don't actually choose a team, which is SAS, and it's defaulted me onto Swanee, so we'll see what he does, and then make sure that we can see someone else other than Swanee for the next rounds that follow. Just keeping his distance, and he's just going to keep popping up and hoping he can see someone's head, but instead he just eats a stun grenade.
Yeah, the second he moved straight onto that stun grenade, but Sowers has taken down Jurge, Shane has taken down Pasco, Momo, but Pasco has taken down McGee, so instantly we're going to see Momo left in a 1 versus 3, but that was a very quick round from Prophecy. A bit of luck on their side, of course, because of the team kill from Pasco, but it was very convincing start to this S&D from Prophecy. I'm sure they will not be happy with being beaten 4-0 on the good side of Dome, so they will answer back now.
Okay, well, let's try that again. We're just trying to sort out any sound difficulties you guys might be having. Get on board with the attacking side once again, and this time I've defaulted to McGee, actually using the SMG, which is interesting, usually more comfortable with the assault rifle. A lot of stuns going over there, meeting one of the Prophecy players. Oh, and McGee somehow escapes that Semtex, and he's just going to let his health regenerate.
Meanwhile, though, 2 kills have been exchanged between the two. Jerd and Sowers are both down for the 2 lineups. McGee is currently using that bomb with the PP-19. We've just been informed that the sound that we can hear that you can't is actually Melmoth's doorbell. It has broke, so we are constantly hearing the ringing of a doorbell, but Momo has taken down Swanee whilst McGee is opting to plant that bomb now. He is on the back of that side. He's just going to take behind that bomb now. McGee, seeing a player run at him, actually gets outshot by Gunches. He jump shots and then reverts to the middle. Momo's just going to sit on this nice little box. He's got himself and Pasco left to defend this bomb. 30 seconds left.
He can't find anyone there. Finally, Gunchi does go down. Momo's still alive. He's got Pasco to help him, and it's 2 versus 1 against Shane, who has got little time to defuse, but he is attempting it. Oh no, he's not. He disappeared, and there we go. Momo cleaning it up, equaling out to 1-1.
That makes it 1-1 now between Prophecy and My Pressure on this second map, which is of course Search and Destroy on Underground. We will be switching around constantly so that you do actually see the attacking side, because it does provide you with the best gameplay in our personal opinions. So going on board with that attacking side once again, going to go on board, I'd say Sowers this time, as we do actually press that back button. He is top of their leaderboard.
Okay, well here we go. I was just running down those stairs. Stun does come in at him, but none of those stuns are actually going to get a hit marker to him, so they do not know he is in that area, which makes him a very, very dangerous player. If he can just poke out, jump out, and he can no doubt expect someone to be down his right, he chances it and he manages to get through.
Momo has taken down Shane in the middle map. Sowers now, he is in a very, very dangerous position, both for himself and for the MYP lineup. I think that's, to be honest, the best move that Sowers could have made there. Just lie there and wait for somebody to come and inspect that A-bomb site.
Well, Sowers is just going to lie and take his time. There's still a lot of time left on the clock. And remember, this is 3 versus 2 at the moment, so Prophecy do have an advantage here. The bomb carrier is finally making his way towards the A-bomb, and now all 3 players there in very close proximity.
Yeah, they are all in close proximity. As you say, Rel, towards the A-bomb site, Sowers just keeps flicking back into, seeing if anybody's hard aiming that A-bomb site from that doorway. It's not looking like MYP want to chance that. If I just bring up that back button, it looks as if that bomb is going to go down as Sours still in the same position as he has been all round. Very, very good position for him to be in.
Bomb goes down, and Sours is still going to stay here next to the JCB, and he will no doubt encounter someone sooner or later. It's just whether the MYP player can read the situation well. Unfortunately, Pasco does get bullets into him, but doesn't make the kill, and Swanee's going to quite easily clean up McGee, putting them in the lead 2-1.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how players generally win the attacking side on this map, because both defences have been broken now from either side. And we are going to go on board with MYP for the attacking side.
Let's just actually have a look at the scoreboard.
Yeah,
if we just look at the... Let's see what's going on there.
We'll change teams over and bring up that back button. We have got 6 and 2 for Momo. Then second place on their team is actually McGee. And no other people have kills yet for the MYP lineup. But now I'm on board with McGee. He's running down this right-hand side. This is interesting to see now. Not many people opt for this B push.
No, and he is all there on his own. The bomb is actually still going towards A, so McGee's just trying something different. He's trying to flank round the back, and he's crawling his way around to make sure that no one sees him run past that window. He's got to be careful here, because he is actually left on his own against 4, and the bomb is way at the other side of the map.
Yeah, that bomb went down at A whilst McGee was over at B. This is going to have to be some very impressive stuff. He's taken out Shane first of all and decided to retreat. He is in the Prophecy spawn as it stands. Goes for the challenge despite being weak. He's going to go out there and challenge, but no, Swanee gets the better of him. Constantly spraying the ACR at him. Knew that he was going to challenge, so that was smart there by Swanee. Knew that McGee was going to come out. Look, just still not letting his finger off that trigger. Knew that McGee would come back to challenge, because in a clutch situation, when you know where somebody is, you can't risk losing them, to be honest. So that was smart there by Swanee to predict McGee's movements. But now going on board with the Prophecy lineup as they attack once again to actually shut out the round here. I'm going to go on board with Gunchi now, who's actually got the bomb and is pushing down that middle map.
Yeah, let's see what Gunchi can do here. He's actually decided to turn around and move as a unit with his team. Similarly to MYP, we do see one of the Prophecy players pushing right round to B, trying to get a flank, but 3 of them have moved towards A. Gunchi does take a grenade, but somehow manages to stay alive. He's just going to retreat a little bit and take things a little bit slowly and hope his teammates can move up before he does.
Gunchi now pushing into middle map. Jerd has taken down Shane. Sours has taken down Momo. His teammates are actually setting up for the A plant, but the bomb carrier in the form of Gunchi has actually retreated back to watch the flank. So he's hoping that his teammates will be able to clear out that bomb site, of course. Pasco, McGee and Jerd left alive against Swanee, Sours and Gunchi. Prophecy versus MYP, second map of the best of 5. MYP currently lead 1-0, but Prophecy looking like they are going to level that up at 1-1.
Yeah, they're playing really well here on S&D. It is still 3 versus 3, so anything could happen here, and this could all completely change if MYP can win a big comeback, and that has been initiated by Jerd, taking things 3 versus 2 now, putting them at an advantage, and they can certainly get back into this game.
Yeah, they certainly can. It is possible. Gunchi trading shots over there. Pasco has gone down, currently 0-4, and got a team kill to his name as well. Gunchi looking like he wants to actually plant that bomb. He is doing so right in the middle of that A-bomb site, very open. He has got the support of Swanee, of course, but against McGee and Jerd, that bomb has gone down. 43 seconds left on that clock. McGee has taken down Gunchi. This is going to leave Swanee now to do a 1 versus 2. Comes head on head with McGee, takes him down, pre-sprays where he thinks Jerd's going to be from. 33 seconds left on that clock. Attacks Jerd. That was so unpredictable and such smart play from Swanee. 9-1 he finishes on. Such huge play from him in this game. Look at that, 9-1. The closest player to him, 2 kills, then 5 kills, 1 kill from Shane. Impressive stuff. Yep. Swanee there to kick off the S&Ds. That has leveled things up at 1 apiece.
Actually getting more kills than his whole team put together, so that certainly is a standout feature for him. Pasco not having a great search and destroy at all, actually ended up negative 50, so it was just the team kill for him. And, you know, he's going to have to change things up a little bit if MYP want to take this. But yes, it is 1-1 now. This is, of course, a best of 5, and the next map is going to be Capture the Flag. We did just see MYP defeat Prophecy on that 4-2 when it was Dome, but this is Arcaden, and it is a completely different ball game.
Yeah, we will be going on to Capture the Flag, but if we look at how Prophecy actually ended the first Capture the Flag, and they carried that into the S&D, they are looking the stronger of the two sides, of course, because of how they've had the momentum from the first map end 5 minutes. We'll go on board with the top team first of all. Maybe next time round, the second match that we will actually see tonight, we'll probably go on board with the bottom team so that you get a mix of each side. We have actually just had a full start though, so we'll be going on board with the top team when that gets underway.
Okay, so yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there, if a player wasn't here or if it chose the wrong team or something like that. But yes, Arcade, as we were saying, completely different to Dome. We usually find on Dome that a lot of flag captures do go down. It's the smallest map on the game. And I do feel that Arcaden is somewhat more difficult to actually run those flags back. I think partly because both sides are very defensive. You know, you can just sit someone behind bar, you can get people on top balcony, top glass. But once you start a flag going, it's quite easy to set up the relay if you can get someone watching the spawns on that back construction area.
I think, to be honest, Arcaden is so heavily AR dominated. The SMGs are literally there just to be in the flag area and actually get those pulled away, because if you've got the setup right with the 2 ARs not going down at all, hard aiming on the spawns, then the SMGs can effectively just run around freely. And Prof Shane has just come online, so perhaps he lagged out, which is why we did actually see a full start from there. I hadn't realised that he'd left the game, to be honest, but of course when they started up the game he was no longer in it, so that is why we are seeing this delay. He's back on Modern Warfare 3 though, so...
I mean, what's really good about this actual game though now is, of course, people say in scrims, no, we were trying new strategies, but this is it when there's, in a way, there's money on the line in this game, because this could potentially lead them on to winning that $2,000 or $1,000 jackpot prize. But yeah, they're taking this seriously. There's no pickups in this game, so there aren't really any excuses, which is why I enjoy commentating on tournament games like this so much. But Shane is back, so it looks like we're all set up and ready. Yeah, and it's going to be a tough one to call.
Yeah, it is indeed. Now, please do remember, guys, if you are enjoying this stream so far, please hit that thumbs up button. It really does help out the channel and the stream itself. If you are watching on our actual main YouTube page, there is a link in the top right. That is a Soundblaster. It will take you directly to their website, and you actually get 25% off for the next 24 hours if you actually go through using that link to get yourself some Soundblaster goodies whilst they are on offer.
Absolutely. And you know, with the main benefit, obviously these aren't going to be LAN compatible headsets because they aren't wired, but certainly for home use it's so much more convenient using wireless, I have to say it myself. Game has still not started though here. Not sure what the reason for that is, but it looks like, oh, there we go, back up and running.
Yeah, we are going to get things underway. But as you were saying, Rel, about the headsets, they do actually do a wired version that was actually being used at I-45. I think they have actually improved the quality of them since then as well, which is even better. But now, going to go on board with the top team first of all here on Arcade, and that is going to be Prophecy once again. And I'm on board with Sowers first of all.
Good stuff. So let's see what Sowers can do. He will no doubt be going for a big push early into the game, and will probably be meeting Momo head on just down to his right there under top glass. I know that's the general route that we usually see SMGs push when they're on the other spawn. It's actually Jerd who picks up first blood though against Swanee. Gunchi also goes down to Momo, so the two dangerous SMGs of MYP are going to be making big pushes early on in this game.
Yeah, Sowers just lying in wait middle map. That will be ever so sneaky. Momo who's taking down Shane as well. They are still looking for Sowers. They will be aware of that, but Sowers pops out, takes out Momo, gets that return as the MYP teammates are still doing work, and that flag is now being pulled once again by MYP. It's been a very positive start for them once again, but Sowers not moving from this position, and that is going to be very dangerous for MYP now, as two of their teammates have actually gone down. Sowers are going to be able to advance, stop the green spawn and get them spawning back flag or up top construction.
Yes, Sowers should be able to make the kill against Momo. He does not, but it's actually McGee's kill. Sowers does clean up Pasco, and it's going to be up to McGee now to defend this all by himself. I don't think there's any Prophecy players in the MYP spawn, so they should be able to hold this off, this attack off. But the way that Prophecy were playing that was very interesting. They actually allowed MYP to pull the flag, but they got themselves in positions where they could cut off the flag run to effectively close down any flag capture.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that MYP allowed them to pull the Prophecy allowed them to pull the flag, but either way, MYP did actually get that flag pulled. Sowers was sat in that nice position, as we said before. Swanee taking out Jerd, knows McGee is close by, sees his name, gets the headshot on him as he is causing havoc in the My Pressure spawn. Sees another player on his left, goes for him, he is heavy weak, got the stun over, not actually getting any bullets on that, but Jerd has made sure that Swanee has been dropped, McGee has been dropped by Sowers. Gunchy already off the spawn to defend the flag, and any pushes from My Pressure now as he's advancing down this left-hand side, but has been stunned, managed to get his nade off, and Jerd has managed to kill Gunchy.
Yeah, so I do feel that MYP have a slight edge at the moment. That said, though, Prophecy doing absolute work. Swanee was in an extremely dangerous position right in the MYP spawn before, and it's where you'll find that he's playing at his optimum, when he can just get somewhere where he's behind a barrel or a box somewhere and just use his shot to pick MYP off one by one. It did look set for Prophecy to pull that, but it was well defended by MYP, and now we're seeing Pasco break out. After having a little bit of a rough search and destroy, he is playing slightly better here on Capture the Flag.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I don't think he had any other option. The only way was up from where Pasco was after that S&D. But now, Gunchy, we are on board with him as he's took out Jerd in that bottom link area. Now, he's just trying to get on the spawns of My Pressure, making sure that they can't actually advance through and up to top glass, which can be ever so dangerous. He killed Jerd bottom link already. He's taken him down off the spawn, and Gunchy wreaking havoc up there. But now we are seeing three members of the Prophecy lineup at that rubble area. But now Gunchy again on the spawn, but Momo takes him down in the back, and that is looking better from MYP. Can they actually push up now and capitalise on this? Pasco dropping Swanee.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like the kill feed was slightly MYP dominated there, but every time they push up, there is always someone for Prophecy that is defending that flag so solidly, just making it impossible for anything to be pulled. We're now seeing a bit of a counter here with Gunchy and Sowers moving up at alternative sides of the map, but Momo's going to cancel anything out.
Yep, Swanee's just going to advance down this left-hand side. Now Gunchy's taking down Momo on the opposite side. It is so good to see the Gunchy and Swanee partnership when it is at full force. They do look ever so dominant, but hopefully we will be seeing MYP put up a very good fight against them, as they did on that first map. McGee and Pasco both picking up kills. It's just the ARs left alive for Prophecy. Now Swanee doing ever so well, using that pillar as cover to get away and out of green. He's going to find himself in this nice little spot once again down this left-hand side. It's ever so dangerous when he's pushed up there. Now I think Prophecy are just biding their time. They are on the better side, but I think they're just waiting for My Pressure to actually make the mistake now, and they can capitalise and pull that flag away. Swanee takes out Pasco at the back of the map.
Well, Swanee is getting in this position that we saw him before, where he managed to pick up 3 kills. I believe it was 3, but he did absolute work down here. And if he can just stay there, it's definitely going to allow his teammates to pull that flag. He has spotted McGee and does make the... Oh, it's actually Momo and does make the kill, but he's going to have to retreat slightly because of those stun grenades he just took.
Yeah, Sowers has taken down Pasco as well. That's 2 down for MYP. McGee has taken down Gunchy. Swanee's taken down Jerd in the back. 25 seconds left on that clock. Swanee is on that ever so dangerous. He's taken down 2. Sowers has taken down McGee, and they are actually going to be able to pull this with 20 seconds left. Can they capitalise on MYP being killed off the spawn? It looks as if they are going to be able to. Looks as if the flag carrier is stunned. Jerd getting a 2-piece there. Swanee is weak over at the vending machines. It gets killed by Pasco. Flag has been captured by Shane with 7 seconds left on that clock. Despite the best efforts of My Pressure there, they are going to be 1-0 in the lead going in at half-time.
And you know what? That is unfortunate for My Pressure, because they managed to take out 3 apart from the flag carrier, who did eventually get the capture and then went down. So we could have been seeing My Pressure actually get some sort of counter going, but time was of the essence, and Prophecy have extended the lead. It is now 1-0 in their favour. Let's switch over to My Pressure and see if they're able to get back into this game.
Yeah, I'm going to go on board with Momo first of all, as he's looking very aggressive out of the starting blocks, going to head-on-head with Sowers first of all, gets taken down, and will have just called 2 going that bottom link area. Gunchy's taken down Jerd as well. This is going to leave McGee just waiting for anybody to push up those eskies and defend that top glass. He's had a bit of a panic fire there, by the look of things, but it does get the better of Shane after all of that. Goes head-on-head. If Gunchy gets dropped and Sowers is pulling that flag, but Pasco there to defend the attack.
And what people need to remember is currently Prophecy and My Pressure are sitting on a 3-0 victory in their previous game, and we are currently still in the group stages. So even if one of these, whichever team loses here, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're out of the tournament, but winning this game is certainly going to put them first in their group.
Yeah, because of course they are currently already on 3 points each. Momo with a huge two-piece there taking down Gunchi and Swanee. That's the two ARs down, which does leave the SMGs to do some defensive work, but we know their role rotation is that crisp that they will be ready for the challenge of doing so, which Sowers did complete very well at the rubble area, and they still go in taking down Jerd as well.
McGee is just going to sit in this B domination area and wait until someone runs out through green. No one has presented themselves, and instead he's going to have to be checking his back because Sowers has found himself running right around the back of him. He's taken out Pasco and could be moving up on that flag very, very soon.
Yeah, McGee just hard aiming down this left side. Swanee has taken down Momo. Jerd's going to take down Shane. Kills just being exchanged now between the two sides. 3 minutes 30 left on that clock, which does look better for Prophecy as it stands. They are in the lead 1-0 from that first side. I'm sure you do all remember. But now McGee trying to do some work to actually push up and get some leeway on that flag. They do need Prophecy to actually make a mistake here and go 3 or 4 down to actually enable them to capitalise. McGee drops Swanee there with the headshot. Knowing how Swanee rages, he probably won't be happy with that. But now McGee straight on to defend the spawns.
Yeah, and that was on the final bullet from McGee as well. I think he'd actually given up that battle with Swanee, but Jerd has picked up a big two-piece to allow him to pull the flag, and someone is trying to stop that. It was Shane, but McGee was there ready and waiting, and this is definitely going to be a capture for My Pressure.
Yeah, My Pressure have done well there. They have been able to bring that back. They were 1-0 behind, but now they have levelled the score 1 apiece. I'm on board with Pasco now. Now, I don't know if it's just my connection or is he lagging a little bit?
Possibly. It's hard to say when we're spectating the game because you do see strange things happening sometimes. But he is on 9-11. He's doing all right this game. Momo not having the best of games. 10-11. Oh no, let's switch around. 9-18. So not playing great there. And both flags have been pulled at the moment. Oh, Pasco, how did you not make that kill? It does go down by Momo. And if someone can get that return, My Pressure might still be able to take the lead here.
Yeah, McGee has stood around the flag rather than the flag itself. That did actually get pulled by Shane. That flag has been dropped. McGee coming head-on-head with the player that is at vending machines. Get jump-shotted by Sowers. Swanee has taken down Jerd. That flag has been dropped. Has it been returned yet? No, it hasn't. It's looking like this is going to be a capture, but MYP, McGee, Momo does take that out, but the flag got returned. No winning capture yet, as of yet. We are still tied 1 apiece. Momo attacking that flag, knows that Gunchi has taken down Jerd up above him, who had chopped down to take him out in the bottom link area, but Momo gets the better of Gunchi, and now this is looking better from My Pressure. They've got this flag to capture, and that will take them into the lead. Kills being exchanged now between the two sides. Momo knows there's a player behind him. Pasco going huge with a free piece there. Swanee and Gunchi both off the spawns. Momo trying to get himself towards that flag and capture this. Now, it definitely is lagging. I'm not sure if that's just me.
Yeah. I got the lag too, but in any case, we did see the flag capture towards the end, so it is now 2-1 in favour of My Pressure, and it was very, very, it was looking really, really bad for My Pressure at one stage there, inches away from a flag capture for Prophecy, actually converted into one for MYP, 2-1 up and 53 seconds left to go.
Yeah, all MYP need to do now is just defend a little bit. They don't need to be making any mistakes. Momo could shoot him, but he's just going to leave him. Wait for a guaranteed shot. Just get the better of Shane. They are actually going for another flag capture. That's 2 down for My Pressure, though. They can't be going aggressive when they're actually dropping people like that. Surely Momo's just seen a player over at the Dom away area. Will have called that to his teammates. Going for the more defensive role. Was opting to sit in the corner there, but Shane taking him out in the back. Gunchi pulling the flag with only 20 seconds left to go. McGee going to take him out. Sees the guy top models as well. Swanee has dropped him. Jerd has dropped Shane. This is going to be close once again from Prophecy. Momo is stunned over into the middle map, not picking up any kills. The flag has been dropped. They just need to hold on for 11 more seconds. Momo getting the grenade on the flag, not picked up any kills. This is looking like it actually can go in.
It's going to be so close with 1 second.
And MYP taking the dying seconds of the game. Shane was literally mid-jump onto the flag there to actually capture that. He must have been stunned when he picked up the flag because it seemed to take him forever to actually get over in front of McGee's fire. So that is going to mean that My Pressure are 2-1 in the lead now on total map count.
Yeah, that was actually so close. I mean, flag capture by Prophecy on the first side. We've got to remember there was about 5 seconds left when that went down, and they could have potentially got that one at the very dying seconds. But that is going to end, like you're saying, Gucci, on a 2-1 victory for My Pressure. But again, incredibly close. I mean, these two teams very evenly matched, I think, and I don't think this is going to be a definite My Pressure victory yet, even though they are 2-1 up in this best of 5. They only need to win this next Search and Destroy to secure that victory, and that map is going to be on bootleg, but anything can happen here.
Yes, it can. Of course, we are going to go to the second S&D of the game. There's a lot of call for people to actually look in the to actually watch Jerd, who is playing ever so well there on that map, apparently. If we just bring up the scoreboard, we saw Jerd go 22-18. He was actually top on both kills and points, doing some objective play as well. So good play there from Jerd. If we look at the Prophecy, Sowers went top for them. So it was actually the SMGs doing the best work for their teammates there. But now we are going to be playing Search and Destroy on bootleg with MYP going in the 2-1 lead. So Prophecy do need to win 2 maps back-to-back to actually win this game now.
Yep. So far, both of the Capture the Flags have been won by My Pressure. The first Search and Destroy was won by Prophecy. And let's have a look and see what Jerd is going to be doing for My Pressure as he moves towards the middle map. And we will usually see a gunfight straight away. Jerd's going to get the better of Sowers. Oh, and this is a really good start for My Pressure as 2 of Prophecy go down.
Yep, Swanee has taken down McGee down that roadside. Jerd in a very good position here just to look up the top and also defend towards the tuk-tuk truck as well. Has just tornado out there just for that extra bit of security, but now that bomb has gone down. Swanee and Gunchi left to take this out. Pasco, Jerd and Momo all alive to defend it. Momo has taken down Gunchi. That is going to leave Swanee 1 versus 3. Let's get on board with him. How can he play this? He's moving onto the bomb now. Going to pick up the fake defuse. No, he isn't. He's going to go head on head with Jerd. Jerd, of course, at close range with that PP90 gets the better of the ACR, and that means that MYP have broken the defence straight off the bat and gone 1-0 into the lead on this Search and Destroy bootleg.
Yeah, somehow managing to get that final kill there. Jerd just spraying and praying almost, but it does come out in his favour, so a good start for My Pressure. They did lose the Search and Destroy for 1, I believe it was, on Underground.
Yes, it was indeed.
So they did have a tough time on that, so opening up really nicely here. Let's get on board with the attacking side, and I want to see what Shane's doing, who is middle map at the moment.
Yeah, well, yeah, Shane has just taken down McGee. He's still edging around this middle map. Jerd still playing ever so well. He's taken out Gunchi as well. Shane just currently in this top middle. Pasco's taken down Swanee, so it is going to be left to Shane to take out 3 of the MYP lineup, but Momo gets the better of him, and they do go 2-0 into the lead now, so they have done better already than what they did on Underground. Just to give you a bit of a football update for those of you that are remotely bothered, it is currently tied at 1 each in each game at half time. The teams are coming out to actually kick off the second half now.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, sorry, I was just having a quick look myself. But yes, let's see the attacking side once again, which is going to be My Pressure.
Go on board with McGee.
I want to watch. Yeah, well, let's watch McGee. Let's see what he can do this game as Momo does open things up with a kill with the sniper against Swanee, but Sowers with a 2-piece. Bad news for My Pressure, and Momo is stuck with the sniper for the remainder of this game.
I think that was slow reactions there from McGee, to be honest. Jerd ran in there, did actually get taken down by Sowers on his right, but then McGee was still concentrating on the stuns into the middle rather than actually looking at that red dot that had just taken down Jerd. Momo just edging down this right-hand side now, trying to get a good angle with that sniper rifle. It is interesting to see the use of a sniper, to be honest. Will have just seen one in that bottom middle, could actually opt for the hard aim now. I don't think he's even seen him, but Pasco got the better angle on Shane. This is going to be 2v2 now. Sowers and Gunchi heading up against Pasco and Momentum. Sees one flanking him. He's going to chuck the stun over. Doesn't actually pick up a hit marker, which does mean there is one flanking all the way around. So Momo's going to opt for the safer option of the far corner with the head glitch.
Okay, well, let's see what happens from here on out. I mean, he's getting as much distance as he can between himself and the other players, keeping things open, and he has just about spotted someone there. The stun does go in, but he's against 2 people, and he only has a sniper. Sowers getting the ace in that game. All 4 of My Pressure fall into his gun.
See, it does show how much extra spectating shows you, because on my screen I had seen both of those players whilst watching Momentum, but I don't think he actually reacted to either of them, to be honest. So we are actually going to go on board with the attacking side now, which is Prophecy after they have got their first round on the board. It's currently 2-1 to My Pressure. I'm going to go on board with Swanee first of all, who's using that ACR. He has just seen people run down that roadside. He has got the bomb, but he's still currently in spawn as he went for that pre-fire spot straight away. Did actually get hit markers into one of the MYP lineup, but not picking up the kill.
Yeah, for those of you in the chat that were asking for a bit of an overall score update, in this best of 5 it is currently 2-1 to My Pressure and 2-1 in this Search and Destroy game as well. So currently they do have the edge over Prophecy. In this particular round though, we are seeing a 3 versus 2 in Prophecy's favour, almost a 3 versus 1 as one of the My Pressure lineup does get stunned and weakened, and I think the other player is around this area too.
Pasco has just taken down Shane. This is going to leave Pasco in a 1 versus 2 after being in a 1 versus 3. I'm going to go on board with Pasco now, as he will be the player that has to do something. He will be making movements around the Prophecy spawn now, trying to get behind them. And now we do remember that Swanee was around this area as well, so will they come head on head? I think Pasco's actually left it a little bit longer than what Swanee will have done before advancing onto that bomb. He has seen that player bottom middle, which was Swanee, takes him out and runs away immediately. Now he is 1 versus 1 against Gunshi. He was previously in that 1v3, comes head on head with him. Jump shots, does exchange bullets, but Gunshi gets in with the headshot.
Yeah, well, despite Pasco actually going down there, he's certainly playing a lot better this Search and Destroy than he was in the last one. If you guys do recall, he did actually end up dropping a donut, but not only that, ended up getting a team kill as well, which put him on -50. So really stepping up his game and trying to keep My Pressure in this as they are tied 2-2 now. They could close this out all here and now if they can just win 2 rounds.
Going to go on board with Jerd first of all, who is advancing towards his bottom middle with McGee, who he has just stunned his own teammate, looking as if he was going to get the double stun on him, but Shane has got the better of him. Jerd's going to chuck the grenade in and then opt to run away, retreat and get a little bit more cover.
Jerd is trying to find someone who does have the bomb to hand, so he has got to be careful, because if he does go down, Prophecy will be able to call out where that bomb is and just set up a perimeter around the location to prevent any bomb plant going down later in this round. With 2 minutes left on the clock, or just less than 2 minutes, there's plenty of time for Prophecy to prevent this attack though, because it is currently, I was going to say 4v3, wow, okay, it's actually now 1 versus 3, and it's all up to Momo, who has a sniper.
Momo with a sniper and 3 plays to take out. This does not look good for him. He has just switched his weapon as well, which will give away his position if there was anybody near him. Comes head on head with Swanee, who had that nice little head glitch, and he was never going to beat him from that sort of position.
No, he would have had to get some sort of amazing no-scope to get that kill, which would have been pretty spectacular if he pulled it off. But it's looking good for Prophecy to actually win the Search and Destroy again, which would mean both of the Search and Destroys go to them and both of the Capture the Flags go to My Pressure. Let's see if that is going to be the case as we jump back on board with My Pressure now, and back on board with Prophecy now, and let's watch Gunshi from the start, because we haven't seen too much of in this game as he's just moving over to this platform area, does take a stun grenade, however does manage to stun one of the My Pressure team.
Yeah, stuns exchange from both Gunshi and one of the MYP lineup now. He is just hard aiming that head glitch, making sure nobody can actually get on there for a second. Sowers has dropped Momo already in this game, so it is 4 versus 2 in favour of Prophecy. They have got the favoured attack as well, but Shane has been dropped by Pasco in that middle map. Sowers has taken the bomb towards B, but going for that height advantage on Jerd, which he does actually get the better of him with. Gunshi still just circulating around this bottom middle. Sowers, Swanee and Gunshi left alive against Pasco and McGee.
Well, Gunshi's trying to find someone here. He's not overextending himself too much, just kind of sit next to Sowers. I don't know if that was pre-fire or not. It was certainly very well read, the situation by Gunshi. He's just going to go back though and check that no one's pushing down from top platform, and if anyone does, he should certainly make the kill from this position.
Yeah, Pasco and McGee have got a mountain to climb, 3 Prophecy members to take out, and only 25 seconds left to do so, as well as a bomb defuse. I think, to be honest, this is going to go to Prophecy, as we are seeing Pasco 1v3 once again, going to get on board with him for the remaining 15 seconds of the game, but gets dropped by Swanee, and we have seen Prophecy win both of the Search and Destroys, My Pressure winning both of the Capture the Flags. And we are going to see a last map, which was Capture the Flag on, I believe, Lockdown? Yes, it was Capture the Flag on Lockdown. Which
should be quite an interesting one to watch, actually, because, as you're saying, this is the final map. It's the decider. Both teams tied at 2-2. The way things have been going would suggest that My Pressure can actually take this. They've won both of the previous Capture the Flags in a fairly comfortable fashion. I mean, the first one was actually 4-2, 4 of which were on the first side. The second Capture the Flag was only 2-1, but I do think they had the edge. And if they can just maintain that form, then they should be okay here on Lockdown. But what they've got to remember is one side of this map is very, very biased, and you know, a lot of teams will actually try and get the 0-0 draw on it, just so that it's easier for them in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, to be honest, I've never actually seen Prophecy play that way. It will be interesting to see if they do adopt that stalemate situation on the bad side. But of course, it does depend who gets the effective bad side first. So we are starting things up. Capture the flag on lockdown. We'll go on board with the top team once again, which I believe will probably be Prophecy, as they have opted for the top side every side. Yeah, going on board. No, it is actually MYP first of all, so let's get a look at how they will play this. They are on the bad side. Will they choose to camp and go for it? Or, well, we did see Momo there initially with an ACR out, but looking like they are actually going to go more aggressive, and they have got that PP90 in his hands as he's stunning over towards the right. The first blood actually went to Jerd, taking down Sowers in that middle corridor, and now they are attacking heavily.
Well, Shane and Swanee answering back there, taking out two. McGee needs to make that kill, which he does against Shane. If he had gone down then as well, it would have been bad news for MYP. And as I was saying before, my pressure could play for the draw here. If it does go to a stalemate situation, I would probably expect my pressure to just sit on that and try and keep that flag in their hands for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, we are looking at McGee currently, who has started things very positively. He has been taking bullets, but just dodging out the way of that. Jerd getting the two-piece, taking down Swanee and Shane. I mean, that he will be able to push up that mannequin side and leave McGee to push up along this middle corridor to support his teammate, which was actually Jerd. So he's got another kill again. Jerd started things off 4-1 currently. McGee actually pre-firing through there, but takes out Jerd, getting the hit markers onto Shane as well, which was good. With that wall bang through the window, but Gunchy taking down Pasco as McGee attempted to push up, just lying down behind this box, waiting for any of the Prophecy lineup to advance into this middle corridor, which he does so, takes out Swanee as he pushes into the middle.
Oh, well, 3 down now by MYP. Gunchy last alive, but thankfully for Prophecy, he's managed to take out 2. He's going to be able to make that a 3rd maybe, as we hear another gunfire going on in the background. We will soon find out, but McGee is trying to push up. Too many stuns and Semtex is coming in at him for him to be too aggressive, so he's actually had to revert under this tunnel. Gunchy, though, continuing that rampage, followed up by Shane, and kill after kill so far in Prophecy's favour.
Momo with his huge sensitivity play there as he takes out Gunchy, advance onto that flag, gets taken down by Swanee. Swanee will be heavily stunned now. They need to make sure that this flag gets dropped as quick as possible, because as soon as he is off up that mannequin side, he will have the support of his teammates, which does make it ever so harder to actually retain that flag into their possession. McGee comes head on head with Sowers, takes him out. Goes for the pre-fire on Swanee, but Swanee has already gone past him. Shane taking down Jerd. McGee dives out of nowhere, takes out Swanee as well. Huge play from McGee. Looking head on head with Gunchy. He gets him on the headshot. Does manage to take Gunchy out. That was a 4-piece by McGee, but that flag is being pulled as Sowers is off the spawn. Pasco not going to run that away. Shane has knifed Pasco, but it's looking like that flag will be captured now by Prophecy. Jerd trying to answer back straight away, has taken down Sowers, but then gets dropped by Swanee. And now 1-0 into the lead is what Prophecy go on this first side of lockdown. Capture the flag.
My goodness, McGee went absolutely huge for his team. Unfortunately for my pressure, it came to nothing. Prophecy was still able to secure that flag, but that could have been potentially the game-winning kills. As you said, Gucci picked up an amazing 4-piece, but to no avail. A long grenade from Momo shutting down the flank pull by Prophecy, and here we see an opportunity as two as Prophecy do go down. Momo waiting things out though, and hoping he can pick up one more kill before he pushes up.
Yeah, well, he knew that Gunchy and Swanee were both still left alive, and it's going to be ever so hard against, oh my goodness, Jerd going in there, taking out Gunchy and Sowers. Jerd goes for the 3-piece, has managed to get the flagpole away. Momo is going to go for that safe option. No, he isn't, as he gets dropped by Shane as he dived around the corner. Pasco just trying to get into some safety now and defend that flag that has been dropped. Now, my pressure off the spawn, they have got the bad spawn to actually go and get the stun straight onto that flag, as Prophecy are currently pulling that flag away. Once again, it is in the hands of Gunchy, running up that mannequin side, and it's looking bad for my pressure. Of course, they are currently only trailing 1-0 on the bad side, which isn't too bad, but it will shortly be 2-0, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely difficult for them. They really did want to get that returned if they could, because this is the final map after all. It is currently 2-1 scores for those guys that are just joining the stream now, and this is the first side of Lockdown Capture the Flag. Both previous Capture the Flags won by my pressure, both Search and Destroy is going to Prophecy, but here it looks like things are about to change, as this lead is just looking very, very good for Prophecy.
Yeah, 2-0 is a very strong lead, especially if they were to be able to penetrate into the my pressure spawn. Swanee with a 2-piece, leaving Momo last alive, which does mean he is going to have to go back. Switches back into the middle, does get the better of Sowers. Is that flag going to be pulled across the middle? No, it isn't. It has gone towards the mannequin side once again. Momo going to attack with his pistol against Gunchy. Didn't get the better of him. McGee Going to pull that flag away, but has been heavily stunned now by the Prophecy lineup. Shane does get the better of him. It looks like this flag is going to be pulled in by Shane. Not looking good for My Precious. They will be trailing 3-0 and a potential relay coming up. No, not time, I don't think.
I was about to say, Momo, get back, because you don't want to be making it 4-0. 3-0 is going to be almost impossible to bring back. If they've got anything going for them, it will be that it's on the easier side, but still, 3 flags is a large deficit for them. And it is unfortunate after such solid play on the previous capture the flags, but Prophecy have just outplayed them there and outclassed them. So let's see, as we switch things over and get on board with Prophecy, if they're able to hold on to the lead.
If we just press that back button in between the round switches, well, we see Swanee on at 12-5. Very strong play from him. Now we will actually go on board with the Prophecy lineup, see how they can actually defend this 3-0 lead that they do currently have. Swanee on 12-5, Shane on 11-9, Gunchi on 12-7. It is all looking good, apart from Sowers, who's currently 4-11, not having the best game, but has got a flag captured to his name though, and that is what it's all about as an objective player.
I mean, My Pressure just need to open up strong here. They want to be trying to get a very early flag capture if they want to stand a chance in this. Prophecy just have to play it slow. They can be a little bit passive and almost a bit complacent if they like. Momo trying once again to pull that flag, but Swanee is just going to be sat around this area probably for the rest of this game and just make sure that My Pressure can do absolutely nothing. Yeah,
he's going to advance up onto this left-hand spawn, try and get a bit of a cut-off point on the My Pressure rush routes, but he's just going to sit tight. He doesn't need to push out. MYP don't need to be making any mistakes. Jib getting a car bomb on his own teammate whilst taking out Sowers as well. Flag is currently being pulled, and that is not what MYP need. They do not want to be seeing a stalemate.
Well, Swanee has just been stunned. I think it might have been by one of his teammates. Somehow kills Momo, and Gunchi and Swanee are actually closing down the flag carrier now, who is in a lot of trouble. Gunchi is going to get the kill against Jerd, and I think this is going to be a flag capture. Maybe not, as McGee goes big with the 2-piece, but the flag return hasn't actually gone down yet.
No, the flag return hasn't. Now it has, in the form of Momo picking that return up. His teammates are off the spawn. McGee is still around there somewhere. Comes head on head with Swanee. Does actually get taken out by him. Pasco going for it. Sowers doing a bit of defensive work, as well as being joined by his teammate Shane. And this is not looking good for My Pressure. Sowers closing in on them. Does actually get dropped by McGee. This could be a flag capture in the 3rd minute, which does actually allow MYP plenty of time, but Swanee getting a nice angle on Jerd to actually drop in there. Gunchi dropping Momo, Pasco dropping Shane. But they do know that Prophecy are heavily around that area to return that flag. Gunchi taking out Pasco, getting the flag return.
Yeah, and we are currently 2 minutes into this final side now, so for My Pressure to actually win this, they're going to have to set up some big relays. You know, if they can just get 2 flags in quick succession, they might be in with a chance, but 3 flags down and only 2 minutes 42 to get back into it, they have a long way to go.
Yeah, personally, I can't see it happening. I mean, the way that Prophecy plays, surely they won't be allowing that relay, even if they were to capture the first one. Swanee has just been stunned as he's taken out the flag carrier, which was Jerd, so that flag is currently being dropped. Swanee exchanging bullets into him. It looks like that flag might actually go in now, which it has been. 2 minutes 20 left on that clock. It is possible for MYP to capture 2 flags in that time. Of course, only one every 1 minute now to actually draw things up, which is possible. If they get one and a relay, it would be looking good for an overtime, but if Prophecy let that go, I would be extremely surprised.
Well, My Pressure are doing what they can. Kills just going back into Momo takes out Sowers, and the flag has actually been pulled by Shane at the moment, who is probably going to try and hold a stalemate. Oh, the Semtex does actually take out Momo, who was pulling that flag and trying something there. Not long left on the clock now for My Pressure to do something here.
No, as time ticks on, it's getting further and further away from their grasps, which will mean that Prophecy do actually go into the lead on their actual group stages. Gunchi getting taken down by Momo. Momo will actually be running this across the middle, but now Sowers is in his back. He knows that. Sowers going huge with a 2-piece. McGee has taken him down in the back. Swanee is caught middle. Matt does actually die to McGee. Will that grenade pick up a kill? Not too sure. So many stuns have actually flown in, but we are seeing a stalemate situation. Pasco will go in hunt of the flag. Swanee has spawned and actually going straight back for the defensive role, I think. Shane and McGee both have the flag.
I mean, if My Pressure want to stand the chance of actually winning this now, 3 of them actually need to try and go in and challenge Prophecy. We're probably going to be seeing a 4-man defense by Prophecy, and the positions that they're in is just going to make it so difficult for MYP to do anything. I mean, look at Swanee here. He does have, he's not even got the flag, but he's just in such a defensive spot. It's just going to be too hard for My Pressure to do anything.
Yeah, I would have thought so. I mean, Swanee, again, top of his leaderboard, 21 and 11. It's interesting to see how he always plays so well.
Well, that is going to be it.
Sneaky!
Yeah, flag did actually... It did get captured, but Jerd needs to get out of there with that. I mean, something could have happened from there. With 15 seconds left, there needs to be someone pulling the flag right now. And... Oh, right, that was intentional.
Yeah, I was going to say, could have lived to regret that. There was still technically time on that clock for Shane to do that, for My Pressure to actually do that, but no, 3-2 overall flag caps, which does actually see MYP lose that game 3-2 overall on maps. So, unfortunate there for MYP, despite being so strong throughout the whole of the capture the flags. Of course, they did win 2 capture the flags, lost 1, and Prophecy won 2 search and destroys.
Absolutely. So incredibly close between the 2 teams, but that is just game number 1 for this evening. We've got 3 more coming up. The next game, let me just bring it up, is going to be TEC versus TCM. So we should have that very shortly. This game went on a little bit longer than expected, obviously, because it went down to that final round. But that really could have gone either way. I mean, it was a 3-0 victory in the first side for Prophecy, which allowed them to adapt their play style to be a little bit more defensive. My Pressure managed to get 2, but it was just too little too late, and they weren't able to get that 3rd to take it to overtime.
Yeah, right. I am actually just in the MYP chat looking at the reaction from the players, a sort of sneak backstage interview, I suppose. Momo said, that was against the best team in Europe, to be fair. It's a bit gay as we won 2 CTFs, but there we go. I think, to be honest, they're pleased with the performance. They don't feel like they actually got beat so badly by Prophecy. It was a very good game, to be fair, seeing it go all the way. Now, a quick little reminder to you, if you are watching on the YouTube page, if you're not, then go and do so. You can actually watch the stream direct, and you can also be clicking the Soundblaster logo, which is on the top of the background. That will take you direct to the Soundblaster website, and you can actually purchase some products there at 25% off discount for the next 24 hours because you've gone from our stream.
Yeah. Not bad at all. So we're going to just bring up a little review for you guys. Me and Gucci will be back shortly while the next game is getting set up.
Hi there, I'm Stuart from the Warped Gaming League, and today I'm going to do a review for the Soundblaster Recon 3D Omega Wireless. It comes in 2 parts. Firstly, the Recon 3D unit itself, which is basically an external USB sound card with the latest creative technology that will work on the PS3, the Xbox, the Mac and the PC. It will work wirelessly with this headset, which is the Creative Tactic 3D Omega Wireless. Been using this for about a month now, and I can honestly say this is the best headset I've used for gaming, especially across any platform. The headsets are really comfortable. They've got cushioned earpieces, you've got 50mm drivers, and the mic quality, which is also detachable, is very good. I highly recommend this product because you know, you can use it for a multitude of things, whether it being gaming on a console, gaming on the PC, listening to music, watching movies, and the software that comes with it. You can basically tweak to, you know, if you're watching a movie, you can increase vocals, or you can decrease bass or increase bass. You can literally do everything. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Stuart from the Warped Gaming League, signing out.
Okay, welcome back to the stream. We're just getting all of the TCM players now into the lobby to square up against TEC. Remember, TEC were a little bit of a pick-up team. I know that they have been practicing together for a while now on the build-up to this tournament. I'm not talking just prior to them actually playing this game against TCM, but in general. So it's not like they've just been mashed together last minute. They do know how each other plays, but TCM are probably one of the longest-running teams. Whilst they haven't necessarily stayed in the org, this is stemming way back to the Flame Retardant days. These guys have been together for such a long time, Gooch.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they were together, was it ECL 3?
ECL3, yep, they played together, yep.
Yeah, they all played together at ECL3. They had a little bit of a hiatus. Is that how you pronounce that word? From each other, they've all branched off, teamed with various different people, and they have found love, to be honest, back with each other once again. TCM actually placed second at I-45. Of course, I did say this before last week, and they were actually using Mohog at the time, who was a permanent member of the team, but he has been replaced by Jake, so it is their former flame retardant lineup back to it.
Okay, well, I was just tweeting out the stream there. If you guys want to tweet out as well and just try and get as many viewers on here as possible, that would be absolutely brilliant. But yeah, this is going to be a really, really good game. I'm quite excited to see the winner of this because on paper, I would probably say TCM have the edge. But TEC have really surprised me. I mean, they do have the experience and skill, if you like, of Tommy, who is a very achieved Call of Duty player at the moment. And it looks like they're bringing in Josh there alongside Naylad and Kyle.
Josh was already in the team.
Oh, it's because he's changed it. He's changed his gamer tag. That's why. It's because he was under Network Josh. There we go. But now he's actually DM Josh because he is teaming alongside the very well achieved EGL players of Toby and Mac. Completing that lineup. I'm just trying to think who that fourth player was actually. Black. Oh yeah, Black of course. So that's going to be a force to be reckoned with in upcoming lands. And I'll be honest, I never thought I'd see the day where Josh was getting into these sort of teams. Mac is actually the most. I'm trying to use a word other than achieved, but the most achieved EGL player. He's had the highest overall placements when averaged. So fair play to Josh, I guess. Yeah,
he's done well. He's come a long way, to be fair. And the amount of hours I see him put in, to be honest, he does deserve a good team. I mean, this is essentially a pickup team. They have scrimmed with each other a little bit since actually making the pickup team for the qualifier, just to make sure they were actually prepared for this, but they have looked so strong every time we've seen them play. We saw them both on the qualifier on that Wednesday night. We saw them last week take on the Dominance lineup, of course, which wasn't Josh at the time. Now is Josh, as they actually changed their mind over pickups, I think. But we are going to get things underway on Capture the Flag Dome and see how this pans out. TCM versus the TEC pickup lineup.
Well, here we go. It's going to be the same map pool as before to keep things balanced and fair. And let's watch bottom. Let's see things from a different perspective this time. It is going to be TCM who we start off with, and we want to start off watching Rich and see what he can do, see if he can do any damage with that ACR. With the PP90 even.
Yeah, it's interesting to see him actually opting for that PP90. It's looking as if this lineup will actually go 3 SMG because Rich is predominantly an AR player. He may change later on in the game. Hammers dropping Josh with that ACR after Josh got that two-piece. Jake coming head-on-head with a player at the back of the flag already. Tommy has killed himself. Jake has taken down Naylad, but Kyle there to stop the flagpole from Jake.
Not quite sure who, but apparently we've got some heavy breathing in the mic, so hopefully that's a little better for you. I've pretty much turned it away from my mouth at the moment.
Yeah,
hopefully that's resolved any issues.
Away from there as well.
Well, let's see what Rich can do here, because we are still on board with him 45 seconds into the game, and he's managed to make one kill, gone down once, but there we go, kills exchanged. It doesn't look like any team is striding ahead of the other at the moment, but Josh is doing some absolute work at the moment. He's currently on 5-2.
Yep, Hammers taking down Tommy, Flux taking down Naylor, but Josh still going strong, taking down Jake as well. But TCM are looking strong as they attempt to push out and go towards that dome. Of course, they are on effectively the worst side of this actual match, but to be honest, I can see TCM taking this. How strong they have looked in the past. They placed 4th at EGL 5, which was of course the biggest Call of Duty LAN event known so far. So to be honest, 4th at that. Not one player in this actual team's list outplayed them. I don't think Tommy came 5th. Josh and Kyle both placed top 12, in between 12th and 8th. So at the last EGL, effectively, they are a better lineup on paper.
Well, kills going down. A lot of kills actually being made at the moment. Maybe someone can actually drop a 40 bomb. But Rich there just standing steady, only to be taken down by Tommy, who is making this push along that loading bay side. He's going to come head on with Jake and again make the kill. Good play from Tommy. Will he be able to take out Hammers? No, he won't, but 2 of his teammates will. Rich needs to defend this all by himself temporarily.
Got some tactical stuns there around into the dome. It actually looked like he choked that grenade, but did manage to take out Naylad as Naylad pushed in. Last week we did actually see Naylad adopt a very, very defensive role, especially on dome, constantly sitting in his flag area, to be fair. But now it's looking like he's seen the error of his ways and pushing up, but has been taken down by Rich, as Rich did some nice defending there. Jake taking down Kyle middle map and knows that Tommy's still around that flag and is pulling it.
Well, here we go. Jake trying to find someone, and he's going to move into this loading bay area. You can see the smoke of the stun grenades, but he didn't actually get hit, which means he can have that element of surprise. Does manage to take out Naylad. Kyle also goes down. This is almost the third kill against Josh, but no, Josh does shut out Jake.
Yeah, Josh looking very strong, to be honest, so far for the TEC pickup truck, whatever they are called. I'm not too sure on their confirmed name, but we know it is definitely the TEC lineup so far. TCM, Jake once again trying to push in. Flux taking down Naylad. Flux taking down Kyle as well in the back of their flag. Hammer's getting dropped by Josh, but now the flag is being pulled away. Tommy getting a two-piece, and this is not looking good for TCM at the minute.
No, Tommy's having a really, really good game here at the moment. I'm just going to quickly bring up that scoreboard. I mean, he's only on 7-7, so breaking even kills versus deaths, but it's those important kills that he's been making. We saw him pick up a two-piece earlier, and again, following that up once again. Rich managing to take out Naylad, and the team kill from Kyle isn't going to bode well for TEC, because this is going to allow TCM to move up a little bit more than TEC would like. Yeah,
Josh manages to get the better of Rich, pushing down that left-hand side now. Jake stunning out of that dome slightly. Josh once again dropping a teammate in the form of Hammers. Jake dropping Josh. Tommy going to push it in after taking down Jake now. Rich managed to get the better of Tommy. Reloads his gun and does a nice bit of defending work as Flux takes down Kyle. Flux currently on 13-6.
Well, this is looking really good actually for Flux, striding ahead of his team. You know, Jake is having that tough time, but Flux is making up for it. Still 0-0 on the scoreboard though. Let's see what can happen. I want to actually find Flux. Let's see what he's doing right exactly. He is running SMG. What was interesting about this team actually is that we initially saw 3 SMGs. Now we are seeing 4 SMGs. Every single player is using a PP90. This is probably the only team that I have seen do this.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very rare occurrence. You will sometimes see them use a 3 SMG tactic, but especially with Flame Retardant being renowned for their sort of slaying ability mid-map with their ACRs, you would have thought that they would still stick for what they are strongest at, but clearly they are trying something new. And to be fair, they are actually getting the better of the TEC lineup, because they are on the weaker side and they haven't actually conceded their flag, which should bode well for them. Of course, it could all change. TEC could be better at the other side than what they are of this side, but no, we see a draw going in at half-time, 0-0, no flags captured.
Yeah, and it did look like TCM were going to be able to pull something out of the bag there. We saw that flag getting picked up at the very end, followed by the 360 knife, of course. But, you know, it could have been easily shut down by TEC. And whilst this is one of the smallest maps, and that would suggest that it's easy to pull those flags, and whilst I do think most flags are captured on this map, you've got to remember that it's so easy to connect stun grenades as soon as a flag is pulled. And that does work against the aggressors. Let's switch over to TEC, though, and I'm watching Josh.
You're watching Josh, okay, we'll get on board with him. He's blown up a barrel directly in front of him, did weaken himself and then dropped to the nade of Jake. Tommy taking out a player as well. Flux still having a good game, taking down Kyle. Tommy's been dropped by Hammers. Naylad, he is currently weak at the back of that map, takes down Flux as Rich manages to get the better of him and pushes it in. Josh taking down him, goes for the two-piece, doesn't manage to get it, drops a nade behind him. Jake and Hammers making sure it was 4 down. Now TEC have spawned loading bay. Flux knew that, wise to the spawn of Naylad, manages to get the better of him, and it's looking like that's going to be a flag capture from TCM now that they are on the better side. They have broken that deadlock and gone 1-0 into the lead.
Yeah, just short of 6 minutes into the actual game, finally we are seeing a flag being captured. It is in the favour of TEC. The inexperienced team against this team of people that have been together a long time, actually coming from PS3. Which is interesting. So play together for so long now, but struggling here against the likes of Josh, Kyle, Tommy and Naylad, who has sprung out of nowhere really.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't actually played much Modern Warfare 3. He was, of course, renowned for his Call of Duty 4. I said this last week, actually, when he played in Emporio. And now they are actually looking quite strong, to be honest, as that pickup team. 3-4 down there for TCM momentarily, which will mean that the Tech lineup can push up. Josh having a very good game, 21-14, and his team are currently losing though, so I'm sure he will want to make things right and get them drawing at the very least, and he is doing so now, taking that flag. He is left last alive in the flag area though. He does get the better of Hammers and looks as if he wants to push down this right hand side, but gets taken down by Flux, who was there waiting for him.
Well, Tommy is going to be throwing that Semtex right over there. He's not going to be able to take out the flag carrier, and I think this is going to be captured here now for TCM, and that is going to mean that they are 2-0 ahead.
Yeah, they are 2-0 into the lead now. They are on the better side, of course, and no flags were captured on that first side. It did finish 0-0 after 5 minutes, but now we are seeing the second side, and TCM do look a lot stronger.
Yeah. Josh managing to take out 2. I was a little bit confused. I actually thought Tech were ahead for a second, but I think it's just me getting confused. Yep, TCM doing really well at the moment to get this lead. Tommy managing to make that 2-piece, and he's going to try and do something here as he does pick up the flag. There's still plenty of time for Tech to get back into this as he is running that all the way down. He does have the support of all of his teammates, but the flag has been pulled by Jake, which means he cannot return it just yet.
Yeah, Josh will go in hunt of that, but has been dropped by Rich. Tommy's still got that .44 Magnum out, goes for Rich, doesn't manage to take him out, got stuck by a Semtex anyway, but Rich getting the better of Tommy with that PP19. That does mean that 3-0 now for TCM, and also a relay on the cards in the form of Rich, who is running that flag. Nailad has got around the back of that flag and is attempting to pull it away, has been weakened as he does so, but now he has got the support of Tommy in front of him. 3 flags to be captured to tie this game up, 1 minute 40 to do so. Mathematically not impossible, but realistically I'd say, to be honest, this is TCM's game.
Yeah, TCM are just strides ahead at the moment. Really well played. Josh again with another 2-piece. Josh currently on 30 kills to 19. I mean, when you compare that to Nailad, he has less than a third of those kills. It's really showing that difference in this game. He's just played absolutely fantastic, and this is why he's been picked up by such a strong team in the likes of Black, Toby and Mac. Just really solid play throughout CTF.DOM.
Yeah, Josh letting his gameplay do the talking, but unfortunately his team aren't actually winning. They are currently trailing at 3-0 overall on total flag caps. Tommy taking down Flux there, diving to the side, trying to go for the 2-piece, not managing to pick that up. Nailad has taken down Hammers, and it's looking, to be honest, as if Nailad is actually struggling now that they are playing some finely tuned lineup in the form of TCM. They did attempt to pull a flag away. It is still in the hands of Kyle, so they could potentially get a flag capture on the board, but I think that is nothing short of a consolation flag cap now with only 35 seconds left on that clock.
Okay, well, game number 2 is of course going to be search and destroy, and once again we will be seeing underground played, so things could completely change off the back of that. If you do recall, My Pressure actually lost both of those search and destroys to Prophecy, and that allowed them to eventually take that win. So do not rule Tech out just yet, despite TCM taking this huge victory here on CTF.DOM.
Yeah, there is still time for them to actually get this 4th if they're running straight up the middle, but I don't think they can actually get this in, or they could possibly do so, I suppose. Could actually be 4-0, that's going to be very close to 4-0, yes it is. So 4-0 is what it actually finishes on at Dome to TCM. Strong play there from those boys.
Okay, and now we're going to be having a host change. Oh no, we're on our dedicated host. So yeah, I mean, if they can just continue this momentum that they have from this capture the flag into game number 2, then no doubt it will be interested in what was going on there, Gooch.
Yeah, it's hard to hear you, mate. You've moved your mic so far away from your mouth that...
Oh yeah, I've distanced it really far. We're trying to find the balance at the moment.
Bring it closer.
Kind of sticking out if I just close it up. How's this looking?
That's
there
better.
We go. I found the optimum point.
Oh.
All you guys in the chat actually updating people over the sport. I'll do it for you. Portugal 2-1 over Netherlands, and now Germany have just scored, so it's 2-1 to Germany over Denmark. But we are here to watch Call of Duty. We can forget about that for now. We can always keep up to date with those things because it's Underground Search and Destroy next. TCM do have the 1-0 lead above Tech. Let's see if things all change about and get on board with the attacking side. Oh. I can't
No
hear
more
you.
breathing, that means there'll be no casting.
There we go. We're back up and running. So let's get on board with SAS, which is going to be the attacking side. And I want to see one of the SMGs play, and I kind of feel a bit stupid saying that because it wouldn't surprise me if they were all in SMG, but no, we're actually seeing three ACRs here.
Go Flux. If you have a look at Flux, he's got the PP90 out and he's carrying the bomb.
Okay, here we go. So bomb carriers made his way down these stairs, a very popular route for bomb carriers because it does offer them the cover while their teammates can converge around that A-bomb site and allow them to support the bomb carrier the whole way through.
Yeah, they have got a good setup around that area now. Flux getting his stuns over, knows that there's players in there to actually cause him problems as he pushes down onto that A-bomb. Naylad taking down Hammers, Rich taking down Naylad. Kills being exchanged now. Rich actually got himself a two-piece there. Now, what is this bomb carrier going to do? Flux, very indecisive now. I don't know if he's actually trying to bait out some of the tech pickup lineup as to whether he's trying to get them to shoot. And then, of course, reveal their position. Flux getting Tommy in the back there. He's going for this bomb plan. Who manages to sponge the Semtex. Gets himself into a little bit of cover to see Kyle running at him. Didn't have the support of Rich, which maybe he thought he did have. Rich was watching the left, whereas he came directly in front of him now. The bomb has gone down. Rich does get the better of Kyle, and that is going to be 3 kills to Rich in that first round.
Yep, round number 1 goes to TCM. I'm hoping the quality is a little bit better on the mic because I'm getting mixed feedback from different people. Someone's just told me on Skype I'm really, really loud. Someone said I'm still really quiet. So hopefully we've found some sort of equilibrium. We've found the sweet spot with them. Let's see what is going on.
I was going to say, I think Rel's quality has just dipped a little bit, which is why his mic goes. So now we are going to switch over, and we are on board with Tommy, who's using this ACR and attacking down this left-hand side.
Okay, well, hopefully my mic sorts itself out, or my connection sorts itself out even, and things get back underway as they were previously, but Tommy just taking things slow here down his left-hand side. His move towards the A-bomb, but Josh, surprise, picking up the two-piece. It don't matter if you capture the flag, search and destroy, he will be making those kills, and it's now 3 down against TCM, leaving only Flux left alive against 3.
Just to give you a quick little recap, in the game that we did see earlier, MYP lost 2 maps to 3 against Prophecy. They actually won 2 capture the flags. Prophecy won 2 S&Ds and the final map capture the flag. But now, here and now, we are seeing TCM take on board the tech pickup lineup. It is currently TCM in the lead. They won capture the flag on Dome 4-0. And now things are all tied at 1 apiece on underground search and destroy.
Well, once again, we'll see what's going on from the attacking side, see if they're able to get bomb plant, whether they're able to take all 4 of the defensive side out. And I want to watch, who can we see? Let's see what Hammers is doing, because he's actually pushed through the middle with the bomb, and he's actually moving towards B. Very, very interesting play.
Yeah, he is already weak as well. He's got the bomb, he's got an ACR, and he's rushing the middle map. Not, to be honest, the wisest of suggestions on all parts. However, Hammers is a very, very good player indeed. You saw that there as he takes out Naylad. Knows there's a guy on the right towards the B bomb. Sees a guy coming behind him as well, which was Kyle. And he does get the better of him, which does take them 2-1 into the lead here. Just going to see that again on the final kill cam. Just look behind him. Fortunately jumped as he did so that he did see Kyle over that plant pot and does get the better of him.
Okay, well, once again, take it on the attacking side, and we really don't cast much of the defense. If you guys wonder why, because it is very slow play, particularly on underground more than any other map. We do find teams very, very slow in their approach to the bombs, and I want to see what's going on with Kyle. He's the bomb carrier this time with an MP7 suppressed. If there is any gun that you see the scouts used on, it's usually the MP7 due to the high accuracy.
Yeah, it is indeed, but he is caught in a little bit of trouble now. The bomb carrier Kyle is very, very weak and stuck in the middle of the map.
And just to clarify, I think there's actually a bit of a YouTube problem at the moment. If any of you guys are able to check out any streams, that might be the sound issue. That's what I'm being told by a few people anyway. But yes, Kyle, going for that plant. It is almost down. Remember that TEC are trailing 2 rounds to 1, so they have some work to do. But looking at the scoreboard, it is still 4 versus 4 with a bomb down. So this is good news for them.
It is indeed. Kyle has got that bomb down, is defending it from very, very close. He's 2 on his screen. Rich and Hammers taking down kills. Josh now left. 1 versus 3. Has already taken down 1 player as well. Taking out Hammers. Tries to go for Rich, who is on that bomb. but does actually get killed, so they have wiped that out. TCM go 3-1 into the lead now.
Yeah, and it is looking like TCM are showing themselves as the stronger side. And I don't know if this will be reflected against the other teams that we see playing them. I mean, the last TCM game that we saw was against Optic, and boy, was that close. It actually went on for quite a while due to a few connection issues that we were having. I think we had to actually restart Arcade about 3 times between the players, but it ended up 3-2 in TCM's favour. Very, very close against arguably one of the best teams in the world. I'm not going to decisively say they are the best. But, you know, like I say, that they're showing themselves to be strides ahead of TEC at the moment off these 2 games that we've seen so far.
Yeah, they are looking very, very strong. Flux picking out Josh so far in this potential final round. Jake taking out Tommy. He is going to advance round towards the enemy spawn. Naylad is left last alive against 3 members of TCM, and this is to actually keep them in the map. Going to flick on board with Naylad, see what he can do. He's advancing towards that bomb, but gets taken down by Jake in the back, and that is TCM once again with a victory.
Well, 4-1, fairly convincing, only 1 round to TEC, and, you know, so far spanning a whole capture the flag and a whole search and destroy. It's the first thing that TEC have been able to do to secure that 1 round, so one-sided at the moment, and I don't know if this is due to TEC not playing well or TCM playing good. It's hard to say which one, but, I mean, TCM, in my opinion, are just looking one of the formidable teams in this 8-man tournament.
Yeah, they are looking very, very strong. Of course, that does mean that TCM are 2-0 into the lead overall in this best-of-5 series. We will be seeing what is potentially the final map of the best-of-5 for them, Arcade and Capture the Flag. We have started things off straight away, and we will be getting straight on into the action. We're going to go on board with the bottom team this time.
Okay, I'm just going to go off call and back in. I'll be right back. If you want to take it, Gucci, I'll be back with you guys in a moment.
Yeah, we are going to go on board with this bottom team first of all to give you a different aspect of the map. So we are going to go on board with Jake. He will be using that PP90, got the extreme conditioning, quick draw, dead silence, and is opting for the range proficiency. Fairly standard setup, to be honest, if there ever was one for a class SMG setup. Now he has been heavily stunned at the back tree, has been taken out by a grenade from Josh. And now I am on board with Rich, who's just securing this vending machine area. Is your mic fixed, Rel?
I think so. I think we're okay. I'm not sure what it is, if it's Skype, if it's a connection or what, but hopefully everything sounds good for you guys who are watching the stream. We do currently have just short of 300 viewers, so thank you for everyone watching. If you do want to subscribe to the channel, you'll get updated straight away when more streams are coming out. And, of course, follow us, guys, on Twitter, and we'll also be tweeting out nearer the time. But that's 4 down against TCM, and we are starting to see a different TEC here, opening out very early with some very strong play.
Yeah, Flux getting the stun straight out onto the players of the TEC lineup. It's looking like this flag has gone, to be honest, unless there is another TCM player further up the map. But no, there wasn't. Jake holding this top glass area. That is 3 down for TEC, sorry. But Josh taking down Jake.
Yeah, and Josh, so aggressive in his playstyle. I mean, we saw him get 30 or more kills in that dome, which was the first map, and he will just continually go in. He does not show any sign of camping in any way, or that's what we've seen so far. And he's not afraid to go for those challenges that most players probably wouldn't go for. Now, whether that's a good or a bad thing, I do not know, but it's certainly working for him at the moment.
Yeah, Jake taking down Josh, who was actually late middle map there, doing a bit of defensive work. Naylad and Tommy picking up kills as well. And TCM are actually struggling to get into a dominant position here. I think stuns are going to have to fly over at that flag. Flux has been stunned by his own teammate at the same time. Unfortunately, he's going to dive around, try and take out the flag carrier, coming head-on-head with him, but has got the support of his teammate on his right to actually help drop that flag. Naylad getting a 2-piece. Rich and Jake have gone down. Josh takes out the third, which was Flux. Hammers is the last alive, has managed to make them drop the flag, but only going to be able to stall them temporarily. Can TCM capitalise on those extra couple of seconds? I think, to be honest, that flag has gone, and it is going to be a TEC capture.
There we go, they've taken it, so 2-0 ahead. Like I say, this is a different TEC that we're seeing. I mean, the previous capture the flag actually went, if I can find it, 4-0 in... Yep, there we go, 4-0 in TCM's favour, and currently this capture the flag 2-0 in TEC's flavour, so completely flipping things on its head. TCM, though, making kills and making moves to actually push up on the flag.
Yep, Hammer's now advancing over to this Domo A area as Jake and Rich have taken down kills in the middle map. Hammers drops Josh on that back defensive area. Hammer's going straight for the spawns there. Perfectly timed stun takes Kyle by surprise, but Kyle quick to react and takes down Hammers.
Jake moving in once again. He's actually going to be trying to take out all of the enemy team by himself so that his teammate can run it home. It's Rich who is now in possession of the flag, but Kyle does make that kill. Jake has picked up 3, and unfortunately for him, the stun grenade is actually going to bounce back off the wood of the tree and stun himself. But I think he's done enough work there to allow TCM to secure this.
Yeah, I think somebody did just sneak around towards that flag at the dying seconds before that flag capture. They are currently trailing 2-1 now. They have managed to pull back a flag. They are on the weaker side as well. Of course, it is a lot easier to capture when you can hold that bar area.
Oh, 2 kills against TCM now. And you know what? 1 flag down isn't too bad. They can sort of start afresh in the next round knowing that they only have 1 to get back. But if they start going 2-3 flags down, it's going to be bad news. So TCM really don't want to be going any more into the deficit with regards to those flags.
No, Rich now just doing a bit of work over here on the vending machine side. Seemed to put so many bullets into Naylad there, but does actually get dropped. Hammers has taken down player. Flux has taken down kills as well. Kills just being exchanged. It's looking as if TCM actually want to capitalise on this side and go in at a draw, but it's not looking like TEC are actually going to allow that.
No, I think this is probably going to end 2-1. However, Flux has managed to pull this flag. Hammers is all in the enemy spawn, causing all sorts of trouble for them as Kyle does go down. He's actually, sorry, in the home spawn. The frag does go out on their flag because he doesn't want this to go to a stalemate, but the flag has now been dropped. It is the kill of Tommy that sends Flux to the floor, and unless TCM can pick this up very soon, then it's just going to get returned. There we go.
Yeah, that flag has been returned and is also being pulled by the TEC lineup there. Jake getting dropped by Naylad and also Flux that was momentarily 4 down. I think Hammers realises that that flag has gone and it's going to be 3-1 to TEC on this 3rd map. They do actually need to win 3 maps back to back to actually win this game. So TCM currently winning 2-0. TEC losing by 2 maps, and they do need to, of course, win 3 in this best of 5 series.
Yeah, so, you know, even though they're losing this, things are still in their favour. Let's switch things up, though, and get on board with TEC and see what they can do. And I want to watch Tommy. I want to see how he's going to start this off. He's actually using the ACR, and we've seen Tommy through his time on Call of Duty actually switch between SMG and ACR. I think he has been opting for this AR play as of late. He's usually been predominantly an SMG objective player, but he does seem to be playing very well with it. Naylad, who is fairly new to, well, not to the competitive scene, but to these higher ranked teams, I think it's fair to say, has certainly been standing out and is currently on 13-6 in this capture the flag.
Yeah, he was doing well on this one. I think he had a little bit of a stinker on Dome, which probably didn't help contribute towards the overall scoreline, but of course it is a team game and now he is doing work for that team. As soon as he's playing well, the team are winning, what, 3-1 at this present moment in time, so it is looking good for him now as he is picking it back up. Now it's interesting to see how they're going to actually play. Tommy opting to play a little bit defensive over at this top glass, has been spotted by Flux, who gets outshot by him with that PP90 as well. Rich taking down Josh, leaving Naylad just to do a bit of defensive work, does manage to take out Flux in the bottom link area, and Hammers takes down him very quickly, but Tommy off the spawn again to do some defensive work, and Hammers gets shut down as he progressed into the flag area.
Tommy is trying to find someone now. He moves over to the top glass area. Jake does take out Kyle, and this isn't good news for TEC because TEC, I mean, they are in the lead, but they want to get a few more flanks just to secure it. TCM could quite easily come back from this. Rich has shut out Tommy, and Josh is going to be dominating this top glass area now, only to be taken down by Hammers.
Yeah, Naylad has just landed a stun on a player in the bottom middle, goes for the flag return, does manage to get it, does get weakened on the way, but he got the return. That was all that mattered to him, and of course his teammates. Josh currently top of the leaderboard on 1,500 points, looking good from him as he's got some flag captures to his name, currently with 11 kills. Kyle going huge with 20-12, 15 for Naylad and 10 for Tommy, so looking very good, but unfortunately for the TCM lineup, not so strong for them. They are currently getting outslayed strongly by the TEC lineup. Tommy going for that 3-piece, and Rich taking him down.
Yeah, it was looking good for Tommy, and that would have been a really, really nice three-piece that we would have probably seen in a montage at some point, no doubt. Josh has actually sneaked right round the back, though, of the TCM spawn, and he's actually just waiting there. I think he thinks someone is behind that bar area. I don't know myself, but someone has spotted him. Unfortunately for Josh, he's going to have to try and make this kill while stunned, which he does, and this is the prime time to make the pull.
Yeah, he does take out Jake and then instantly pull that flag, goes down that left-hand side but gets shut down by Hammers in the middle map. Tommy doing some slaying up the top glass area, looking as if they're just going to take this slow. Of course, they don't need to make any rash pushes towards flags. They don't all need to overextend and waste, of course, extra time. They can just play this patient, let TCM push to them. They are currently leading 3-1, so 2 flag captures safety cushion they have currently got against the TCM lineup.
Tommy now trying to find someone. He does have Kyle right next to him, and as you were saying, you know, they do have the 1 flag lead, so they can play a little bit defensively, but not too defensively, because they're going to allow TCM into the spawn. There is only Josh left alive. He needs to make both of these kills. He's made 1, but he knows that someone from TCM is right around the back of him, and it is going to be Flux.
Yeah, Flux has just pulled that flag away. Tommy's been taken down by Jake. Naylad's taken down Jake, though kills being exchanged. There is still time for TCM to do this. Josh landing bullets on him. Kyle gets a very long range pistol. Kyle with another kill as well. Hammers is going to be able to pull that in, I think, just about. Yes, 1 minute 15 to get another flag capture to tie things up and take this into overtime.
Yep. So I think the draw in 2-2 now at the moment, but let's see if what's going to happen at the end of this game. Anyway, watching Josh here around this top glass area, who's not actually moved on it yet, but gets a really long shot against Hammers with that SMG. Just sorry to correct myself from earlier. I wasn't calling Naylad a bad unachieved player. I was saying he's in the team with the likes of Tommy, who have perhaps achieved more at lands. I know he has been placing very well recently, so just wanted to correct myself on that. Watching Tommy at the moment, though, who is playing defensively, and he's just going to make sure that TCM don't pull any more flags.
Yeah, with only 30 seconds left on that clock, it's going to be absolutely huge if TCM do. Josh manages to take out Hammers. Josh last alive. He has already taken down 1 kill to defend that flag. He's got 20 seconds left to hold on. That flag is now being pulled by TCM. Tommy straight off the paint spawn, going straight through that middle map. It is looking like TCM are actually going to do this in the dying seconds of the game to take this into overtime. 2 kills have been made, but no, they have captured. It's gone to overtime. 5 seconds left on that clock. Wow. Overtime, we will be seeing TCM brought that back brilliantly in the dying seconds of the game. 27 kills for Kyle, though. I would just like to point that one out.
Wow. Playing absolutely brilliantly for his team there. I mean, when you compare that to the rest of his team, 17, 17, 19, you can see he's been the standout player. So absolutely fantastic. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know if you would have predicted that from this game. I'm looking at the other side as well. Let's see how TCM did. Was there any standout player? Not so much. I mean, again, this isn't a kill-dependent game mode. It is, of course, about those flags, but those with those high kill-death ratios do give an indication as to how well they've played. Yeah,
of course. I mean, kill-death ratio, although it isn't necessarily relevant, it does always get judged. Of course, we are going to see a stopwatch now. For those of you that don't know, you may be new to the streams and competitions, tournaments and whatnot. Of course, stopwatch never gets played in scrims, but no, it is essentially the team that can capture the flag the quickest. We're going to go on board with the bottom team first of all, which was TCM. I'm going to watch Jake from the start. We'll actually see this side. If a team manages to capture a flag, we will end it, record the time, and then see if the other team can beat it. That's essentially how stopwatch works. But Rich takes down Josh first of all. Jake has got one stunned in the back bar. Flux has taken down Kyle. TCM are looking very aggressive first of all. That's 3 down. That was almost 4 momentarily.
Well, it's a really good start for TCM, and if they can just get this flag all the way home, that will be it. They will get taken a 3-0 victory against TEC. Remember, guys, to stay tuned to this actual channel because we do have 2 more best of 5s coming up, and I'm just bringing up what exactly they are going to be here. It is going to be Optic versus Apex Domination and EnvyUs versus Ante, so stay tuned if you guys want to see how those games are played out. Jake, though, coming head-to-head there with Josh, is going to make that kill.
Tommy making a vital clutch kill against Flux, but looking like that flag still might be captured. 4 minutes 2 was left on that clock there when that went in, which does mean that 58 seconds TEC have got to beat that to remain in this matchup.
It's going to be difficult. It's less than a minute, but something that's certainly possible. And I do feel sometimes when the pressure is on, you usually see these teams just out of nowhere absolutely blitz it and somehow manage to get that flag and return it and get it all the way home. So let's see if that rings true here with TEC, because 58 seconds isn't that long at all.
Interestingly, Hammers didn't even get a kill in that side, and they actually won.
Wow. So 3 versus 4, and it maybe was just a bit of a distraction somehow. But yeah, well played to TCM if he didn't play a vital part. So who do we want to start off watching on TEC? That is the question.
We'll go on board with Josh first of all. I think he's had such a good game so far. It will be interesting to see if he can make a clutch play. Of course, 58 seconds is the time to beat. When that clock hits 4 minutes 2, it will be all over. Only 50 seconds left already to actually do that.
Well, we are seeing all 4 of TEC actually push up. One of them doing it a lot more slowly than the others. Naylad being a little bit hesitant, but he really needs to be making moves if they want to take this. But TCM kill after kill is going in their favour, and this is not looking good at all. Josh needs to go huge, but he cannot do that against Jake. Tommy has got to breach out, but 30 seconds, 4 minutes 30. Oh, it's not going to happen, Gucci.
20 seconds left on that clock. The flag has been pulled by Jake. TCM are actually looking to better their time there. Finally, kills are actually happening for the TEC lineup, but is it too late for that? No, it isn't. Kill has been made. A flag has been pulled. It's looking like it could potentially happen, but if that flag carrier is stunned, it won't. Tommy knows it's too late. Josh has dashboarded, and it is unfortunately too late for that to happen.
Josh is dashboarded. But yep, that's going to be it. And that is going to be a victory for TCM, so 3-0 in their favour. Very well played. We're absolutely strides ahead on that dome capture the flag, which we opened up with. The search and destroy as well went 4-1. That final capture the flag, though, was a lot closer. We saw TEC playing a lot differently. I think TCM were making a few more mistakes than usual, but nevertheless, they are going to take a 3-0 win out of that off the back of a 3-2 win against Optic. So looking really strong so far in this tournament.
Yeah, they are looking good to top their group. They have, of course, still got 1 match left to play. If I actually bring that up, next week they will be playing against Apex.DOM. So that will, of course, be their decider of whether they go through on 9 points. Of course, it is at 3 points for a win, and I think it's 0 points. It works basically like the football. 3 points for a win, of course, will bring you to 9 points if they do actually win all 3 games. Now, I would just like to remind you guys to click a like on this stream if you are currently liking the stream, of course, and remember to check out Soundblaster. If you go onto our YouTube page, there is a Soundblaster link. It takes you direct to the creative website where you can order all products at 25% discount.
I'm going to have words with someone at Channel 4 for El to do horse racing commentary. He's nailed the desperate out-of-breath talking thing. I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or not. I'm going to somehow take that as a compliment. If you want to hook me up with Channel 4, then feel free to do so. I am available. But yes, next game for tonight is going to be a good one. Optic against Apex.DOM, like we've been saying, and going to be really hard to call because obviously the Europeans are going to have the connection advantage, and it's something that I'm not going to stress too much throughout the game, but it is something that all of us have to accept. We're up against it when we play in Icons. It's just the way it has to be. This is a European tournament. The Americans have been invited, and you know what? I'm going to say it. Optic probably are the better team here, but if the connection works in Apex's favour somewhat, then you know anything can happen.
Yes, indeed it can. So while we have a lull in the changeover, I think we're just going to run a little advert for our sponsors of this whole tournament. Of course, $3,000 cash up for grabs, as well as 8 creative Soundblaster headsets like the ones that myself and Rel are currently wearing. So we're just going to play a little ad for those, of course, just to say a quick little thank you. But don't go anywhere, guys, because we will be straight back with Optic taking on Apex.DOM.
Hi there, I'm Stuart from the Warped Gaming League, and today I'm going to do a review for the Soundblaster Recon 3D Omega Wireless. Comes in 2 parts. Firstly, the Recon 3D unit itself, which is basically an external USB sound card with the latest creative technology that will work on the PS3, the Xbox, the Mac and the PC. It will work wirelessly with this headset, which is the Creative Tactic 3D Omega wireless. Been using this for about a month now, and I can honestly say this is the best headset I've used for gaming, especially across any platform. The headsets are really comfortable. They've got cushioned earpieces, you've got 50mm drivers, and the mic quality, which is also detachable, is very, very good. I highly recommend this product because you know, you can use it for a multitude of things, whether it being gaming on a console, gaming on the PC, listening to music, watching movies, and the software that comes with it. You can basically tweak to, you know, if you're watching a movie, you can increase vocals, or you can decrease bass or increase bass. You can literally do everything. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Stuart from the Warp Gaming League, signing out.
I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, save the people from the villains, catch the crooks who rob the stores, write my name upon the sky, and when you call me, I'll be there, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero. Thoughts, emotions swirled. I wanna be the man that saves the world, yeah. The world is full of super problems, so we made up a Superman, but he is just imaginary. And here we stand without a plan, with new ideas and innovation. Man still cannot tame creation, and though I'm told I'll never fly, that doesn't mean that I won't try. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero. With fearless thoughts, emotions.
Hello and welcome back to the WGL Soundblaster tournament, the tournament where there is a grand total of $3,000 that's going to be given away, $2,000 to the first placing team and $1,000 to the second place, which is a very significant amount considering this is a free entry tournament. 6 of these teams were hand selected, 2 of them did qualify, and this is going to be Optic against Dominance, or Apex Dominance.
Yeah, they are currently called Apex Dominance for this tournament. However, I do think they have shirked the name Apex Dominance. Now, I'm actually looking into the current lineups who are actually playing. Last week we had Apex the Mac, Apex Toby, Apex Black, and Apex Who Am I. Now, midweek they have changed their gamer tags to Dominance. Now, Josh, of course, is unable to play for them as he previously played for the TEC pickup lineup, and it would be unfair for them to have, of course, him 2 bites of the apple, so to speak. It would be unfair for him to be able to have 2 shots at $2,000. So I believe they're using Gamers Warehouse Wonder Bread.
I just completely forgot that I was being that I was on camera, Gooch, and I was pulling a really weird face before. But anyway, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you know, it is unfair, of course, for Josh to have 2 shots at this. So they're going to be using Wonder Bread. who is going to be playing for the rest of the tournament, and a very, very strong SMG and a suitable, I'm trying to avoid the word replacement, but that is effectively what it is just for this tournament. So he should be able to slot in very nicely. And again, it's going to be so hard to call. I do feel that Optic are the stronger side. We actually saw quite a while back Optic beat what were formerly known as the Western Wolves, which is the same lineup with the exception of Wonder or Josh. And they did beat them in every single game they played. I think it was a best out of 11, and they won 6-0, half of which were on American Connection, half of which were on European. So, you know, it really could still go in Optic's favour despite this connection disadvantage that they're going to face.
Yeah, I mean, I think last week they struggled on first map, but then after that, once they got adjusted to it, they played a lot better. So it'll be interesting to see. We have got the same host as before, so to be fair, I think they will be adjusted to that nicely already, so it shouldn't really play too much of a part.
Yep, and I've had a few tweets coming in saying why haven't I uploaded recently. A little bit off topic, but I've been busy with a few IRL things, and also I'm trying to set up a live stream for everyone to watch. But yes, we are focusing on this game today. I mean, the combination of experience with every single player that's playing in this game, both on the European and American side, is pretty overwhelming. They've been in the scene for such a long time. Optic, the most successful financially and tournament-wise out of all of these players. I know it's going to be interesting to see if that rings true for them here. We're going to be doing the exact same map pool as well, once again, just keeping everything balanced as fair as possible for everyone. And, you know, we are, of course, wearing these headset scooch that are sponsoring the tournament, the Soundblaster headsets. They can't be used at LAN because they are wireless headsets, so that's one of the main disadvantages of them. But the main advantage, if I just, I'm just going for a stretch, Gucci. Just going for a stretch on my bed. As you can see, is the wireless that it can do. And because this can be used on both the Xbox and the PC, of course, I'm in a Skype call now, and actually listening to the Xbox, it really is brilliant for commentating, in my opinion.
Yeah, to be honest, they are top notch. They do actually do a wired version, which is available to take to LAN events as well. If you are currently watching on our YouTube page, hit that Soundblaster link. You can go to the Creative Store and get yourself 25% discount. So go in and have a look at the headsets available on offer. They are just the same, but of course they have a wire trailing down from the headset itself. But this is available 25% discount for 24 hours just for you for watching the stream. So thank you all for tuning in. If you could all give it a like and subscribe, follow WGL on Twitter. It is currently on the screen, _WGL. If you want to follow myself personally, that is at Gucci, GOOCHHYY. I actually hit 1,800 followers on Twitter yesterday, so thank you to all of you that do actually follow me. And Rel shares it with his brother at the VP Brothers.
Yeah, and it's incredibly frustrating. I wasn't even going to mention it because
don't forget Melmoth, Rel. Give him a shout out.
Don't forget Melmoth, of course. Yeah, if you want to follow Melmoth, it's M3LM0TH, who is, of course, running this stream himself and the tournament. I'm going to call you the head of WGL. The head honcho. But I was going to say
guru. Yeah,
we'll call him the guru. I was going to say, yeah, if you want to give me a follow, that's fine. But of course, somebody has absolutely ruined my Twitter. So thank you for whoever completely boosted it. We are actually, I think we would just be above 3,000 followers at the moment, but someone's completely messed it up, which is really annoying. But what can you do?
No, you'd only be about 400.
Okay, but I'm just going to take that gooch. But yeah, we're just waiting now anyway for Optic to get here. We've only got Merc in the game at the moment, so it is going to be Rambo, Scump, and Big Timer. Not sure what tag he's going under at the moment because he was playing under Orc Urate Mate a while back, just temporarily, I think. So I'm not sure if he's doing the same thing now, but I think he has changed it. Merc actually going for Mr. Optic Merc, which is interesting. I'm not sure that Optic will mind too much for that, but
I think basically what had happened is people had took every variation of the gamer tag that he could actually have. Wow. So he wasn't actually allowed what he wanted to have, so he's gone for Mr. Optic Merc. But to be fair, I think Optic is such a well-known brand and Merc's such a well-known player anyway, I don't suppose he's really too bothered.
No.
We are actually seeing Scump join the game now, so they are actually getting their full lineup in little bit by little bit. Rambo has joined as well, so we are now just waiting on Big Timer, and then we can get this matchup underway.
Yep, and as you were saying about the game tag issue that they had, it was the same for Scump and probably the same for Rambo. I know Scump would tweet he tried Scump, he tried Scumpy, which are the ones that he's formerly gone under, but Scumper was the only one that was available to him, which must be really frustrating if you can't. It's like, if I couldn't have Rel, I'm not sure what else I would have. I'd probably just have to have Rel or something. I don't know. But there you go. So don't capture the flag. We're going to see this really aggressive play from both sides, no doubt. It will probably be heavily based along that loading base side. A lot of teams now are learning the spawn manipulation, even though it's very late into this game's release. They're learning the spawn manipulation on this map a lot better. But yeah, I'm gonna call Optic for this first one. I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna say Optic are gonna take it.
You're going to go for Optic now. Would that mean, actually, if Optic were to win this, that they would be effectively out for next week? They currently don't have any points on the board.
If Optic lost it, yeah. If Optic lost it, they would be out of this, so they really do need this win. Apex dominance. Similarly, I think, yeah, they actually lost to TEC previously, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just quickly have a look. Yeah, they lost 3-1 to TEC. Optic lost 3-2 to TCM, so there's all to play for here, as one of the losing team here is going to be going out of the tournament.
Yeah, that is
so
exactly
very important.
What will be happening.
Okay.
Somebody has just tweeted me a link to...
People are wanting us to rap battle, Gooch.
Yeah, I know. A shout out to Brycey.
I was going to say.
Shout out to Brycey.
It's either Brycey or Defiant.
No, I'd say that's Brycey. I definitely love that man with all my heart. Now, I'm not actually going to have a rap battle with Rel, just because I know that Rel can't rap. He can't play games, he can't commentate, he can't rap. What can he do? I'm
just going to throw this out there, Gucci. You might love Brycey, but I'm in love with Alexis. And I've been tweeting her recently. I've been trying to see what I can do.
Yeah, but to be fair,
Mel Monster's like, you're killing yourself here. But, you know, the thing is, Alexis, I know, like, you do obviously really like me. It kind of goes without saying. But, I don't know if you're with someone at the moment, it's fine. You know, I've got to respect that, so I'm not going to get involved with any of it. So just try and refrain yourself from it. It's getting a little bit creepy now. And that is all I have to say on the matter.
You take my breath away. That's what you do.
I have that effect on a lot of people. It's okay, Gooch. Just allow it.
Allow it, man. Allow it.
Allow it. It's all good. Mac has actually declared himself the king as well in this game. They're actually just adjusting all the clan tags now. Scump likes to be known as King Scump. We've got King McGee in Europe. Harry Bandle.
Don't forget King Benson.
King Benson as well. There's a lot of kings. What does that make us, Gooch? Are we just like that?
We are mere peasants, my boy. We are mere peasants.
I think I'm higher than a peasant. I'd like to think I'm a knight of the white variety.
I'll be right back. Just going to Narnia.
You've actually. What have I just witnessed? Gooch has just entered Narnia, but it's nice to see Gooch has actually come out of the closet now on stream for welcome to the WGL stream, home of the professional commentating. I'm not sure what Big Timer is. I was going to say, like, someone should probably invite Big Timer, but then I kind of thought, why don't I just invite him? He has arrived.
Lord Gooch and Prince Rel.
That would... does that make you above me? A lord owns land, whereas I'm actually royalty. So...
Yes, but you often are below me, so...
Okay, I thought about throwing some sort of innuendo in there then, but it just really wasn't appropriate. Anyway, don't capture the flag. Everyone is here now. Optic Big Timer has decided to join Dominance for a while. This is just going to probably confuse us somehow when we begin the commentating. Rambo declaring his love for WJ. I'm assuming that is his girlfriend. I'm not sure.
I don't know. He's always had WJ3, always, ever since I've seen him in streams and stuff. So
Possibly.
what is his girlfriend called? Don't even
We
know.
should find out. I don't think I should start White Niner right now. I'll save it for later. Wow, I've just got a lot more followers somehow. Okay, that's fine. But yes, everyone is here. I'm not sure what we're waiting for. If you guys want to check out the Soundblaster headsets that both myself and Gucci's wearing, be sure to click the link in the top right-hand corner of the YouTube page that you're currently watching. There is currently that discount available for you for a limited amount of time while you're actually watching this stream, so you can grab yourself a bit of a bargain there. And of course, I mean, the main benefits of it being wireless, it's got, I think it's 7.1 surround sound that's in these headsets. And of course, I can hear both the Xbox and the PC at the same time, which is pretty cool, to be honest.
Yep, indeed. They are actually getting things underway now. Capture the flag on Dome, first map of this best of 5 series. Can you see a whitewash coming, Rel, or do you think that Apex will put up a good fight here?
You know what? After what we saw with TCM and Optic, and we saw the 3-1 victory for Ante. Let's go bottom team or top team. Even let's go top team and watch Mac. But yeah, I think we're going to see at least one round going either way. And we've just been updated there by Melmoth. Collapse are actually going to be taking the place of Envy in this tournament. Another top team, and the game has been ended. I'm assuming that there was a rule wrong there. So I'll be starting that up very shortly. But yes, Collapse.
Wow, so what is going to be happening here then? Collapse in for EnvyUs, which does mean that Ante, playing at 10:45, are going to have to be playing against Collapse instead of EnvyUs. Yeah,
Collapse will just take up the spot of EnvyUs. So what you're currently on that one loss from previously. No, we're being told no. So
can you update us and give us a full story then? What?
Okay, I'm not sure I agree exactly, but we can sort this out later. But as it currently stands, My Pressure will have to play 2 games next week. One against EnvyUs and one against whoever they're scheduled to play, which is interesting. But yes, Collapse are going to be taking place of EnvyUs, and Collapse, one of the top US teams at the moment, alongside the likes of Optic and others.
Okay.
Gooch.
Whatever. We'll just comment here. Yeah, we've got Optic Hex in the game. Big Optic Hex.
Sorry, I'm just going through muting everyone because I can hear everyone
Any
talking.
chance the team listening is what I've just been tweeted on my Twitter at Gucci, GOOCHHYY. Unfortunately, because of a lot of players playing in party chat and whatnot, we can't actually offer the listening function. I'm sure myself and Rel would sometimes actually prefer that, have a little bit of a break from casting, but unfortunately...
Well, I've got like a whole bowl of strawberries here, and I'm just trying to refrain from eating them while I'm commenting. I'm just going to have this like mad strawberry session at the end of this game. We're going to jump on board once again with the top team, and let's see what's going on for Mac. Starting off with the ACR, familiar gun for him. He usually plays AR for his team. And I think this was one of the problems that they were having when they played with Tommy. I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think Tommy was wanting to play a bit of AR as well, and it wasn't working too well for them.
No, Mac now opting to jump down this left-hand side into the loading bay area. Does see 2 players on his screen, gets taken out. Wonderbread actually going clutch there, taking out Scum. Toby instantly doing that spawn manipulation grenade to generate a better spawn for his teammates, but then does actually stun over into potentially the other spawn that his teammates would get, so might have just contradicted that a little bit, but it has made them spawn into their own flag. And Wonder managing to pick up the stick on Scump and then run straight into his flag to do a bit of defensive work.
Yeah, Wonder is just holding back now, as we've covered previously, but for the benefit of those of you guys just joining the stream now, Wonder's actually substituting him for Josh. There's not a problem with Josh, he's absolutely fine, but he's currently playing under TEC, so he can't be playing under 2 teams, so Wonder is taking his place here and will continue to take his place for the remainder of this whole tournament.
Yep, now we are on board with Mac, who's just doing that defensive work, currently sat in the offices, does see Rambo there, takes out him, doesn't get Scump, but Toby, two-piece, takes out Merc and Big Timer, going to challenge that flagpole. It is in the hands of both teams now. The flag is being pulled by either side.
But Toby and Black are in very dangerous positions. They've tagged that flag carrier. Wonder is in a brilliant position to actually return this and get the capture, and he is being challenged. Black does take him out, but Big Timer is going to stop Black, and Toby taking out Rambo, almost managing to clutch that all by himself. This is looking bad for Optic though at the moment, as whoever that flag carrier is, it's Big Timer is trapped behind those jeeps. Oh, right. And that is good for dominance. 3 go down against Optic, and this is surely going to be a flag return. Someone was trying their best there to shoot through the cloth to prevent that from happening, but it is going to be 1-0 now to dominance.
Yeah, that was strong play there from Mac to actually get that return. King the Mac, as we should say at this present moment in time, is looking very good for dominance. They have had a good start to this, and they are showing exactly what they are made of. Of course, we did have a momentary little downtime perhaps where we thought that Optic were actually getting the better of them, but despite that we are seeing Optic trail 1-0 on this first side, capture the flag.
Wonder's just taking his time with this Semtex, finally decides to throw it through that window, and he's now going to push in. It did connect, but almost making a kill against Scumpy, doesn't quite do it, but it's 3 down now, 4 down against Optic, and we should be seeing dominance making some big moves. Mac is straight onto those spawns, and Optic are really struggling here.
Yeah, Optic of course currently trailing 1-0, and the flag is being pulled once again by the dominance line. They are 1-0 in the lead, and they are on the better side though. Rambo manages to take down one. Big Timer taking down Toby. The flag has been dropped. It's up to Wonder just to do some defensive work now. He's not going to go for the flag pull, but just merely defend and stop it getting any worse for his teammates. Getting knifed by Scump. Scump gets taken down by Toby. Mac taking down Big Timer as he pushed up into the middle. That is very good. That is 4 down for Optic now, and hopefully dominance can push up and get them off the spawns.
Well, Mac is in a prime position now to be trapping Optic in as they spawn around that bunker area. He's actually switching things up and should be able to make the kill against Rambo, which he does. Optic answering back though as 3 go down against dominance. Can Big Timer finish that off? No, he cannot. Mac doing absolute work here. I've just quickly brought up the scoreboard to see Mac currently on a 12-5 alongside Black. His counterpart AR doing absolutely brilliant. It's actually Wonder who's struggling, one of the SMGs for the team on 3-7.
Yeah, but to be fair, pushing up against Optic cannot be no easy task. The AR's doing their job well for dominance, of course. Optic are very aggressive when they actually push, so it does mean that the AR players will be in prime position, just holding that left trigger to get them as they do push towards them. Black taking down one player, getting dropped by another. Merc getting a nice 2-piece, and that is 4 down for dominance. That was actually quite a while, but Toby getting a very good spawn there. He was actually first off the spawn, but still managed to look there, so it must have been that Optic had pushed too heavily. Now Toby just waiting for that flag to run past him. Has popped up already. Takes out a player. That was Rambo.
Something that people need to remember though is that the Americans are used to playing with extended mags, so they have had to adjust somewhat to the European playstyle because we do not use them in our competitive rule set. I think this is probably going to end on a 1-0 victory here for dominance. Toby going in there. That's a 3rd kill made by Toby. Trying to make it a 4th almost against Merc, and that would have been a brilliant clip for him for a future montage. But nevertheless, 1-0 victory for dominance in round number 1.
That there was ever such good play there from Mac and Toby, to be honest. Black doing absolute work effort for his team. 15-6 is absolute huge play. Wonder picking up the rear a little bit, but has got himself a 1 bar, unfortunately, which might be the problem that we are seeing. So that, of course, will not help him with his gameplay. But we are going to switch things over, get on board with the Optic team, and go on board with Scump first of all, see how he can play this. He has got that MP7, and he's opting to push down this loading bay side.
Yeah, Merc just sitting... sorry, we wanted to watch Scump, do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's watch Scump. Go on board with King Scump. Wonder does take him out, though, which has defaulted me onto Merc, who is going to make the kill against Wonder. And, you know, I don't want to keep repeating it and keep highlighting it, but obviously this is being played in European hosts, so they do have the connection disadvantage with them being from America. But they are only 1 flag down. They can still come back from this. They just have to try and get into this game with a different mindset for round number 2. Black playing well to make a 2-piece there, and Merc has had to slow his gameplay down a little bit.
Yeah, Merc now just pushing down this left-hand side. Does see Wonder. Doesn't manage to drop the kill, but Wonder manages to take down Merc. Merc momentarily got distracted by another player running past his screen. Scum just doing some defensive work. It was only 1-0 on the first side, of course. Now Optic are on the better side, which will, of course, work in their favour.
Yep, Scum does connect with that stun grenade, but it isn't going to help him somewhat because that was pretty much the other side of the map. Even though he probably won't be able to make a kill under one of these jeeps, he will certainly be able to find the enemy player, so he does get the advantage over them, which he just did there against Mac. That is 3 down now against Dominance. That's going to be the 4th, and this is the time for Optic to strike. Scump is going to be going in, no doubt. The stuns go in first because he needs to make the kills because Dominance are straight off the spawn, and any sort of attack that was about to take place has been swiftly shut down by Dominance.
Yep, Scump heavy stun now as he is just looking into that dome area. They do bide their time, do Optic, when they push. The flag has been pulled by Wonder as he took down Rambo in the flag spawn. Max taking down Scump, who was playing very cautiously. Merc has got behind them, going sneakily for that flag. Nobody will suspect him there. He has just deviated past 3 players. Goes for Black, but Black getting the better of him. And Merc would not be happy about that. He did ever so well to get round into that position. Black currently 19-7 for the Dominance lineup, getting taken down there by Scump.
Yeah, so overall now we are seeing a 2-0 lead here for Dominance, and we are seeing Wonder, the pickup for the team, doing quite well. He did have a really rough start, and at the moment he's currently on 10-13, but top for his team thanks to the flag captures that he's managed to put down, and that is going to be the 3rd of the game. 3-0 now to Dominance.
Yeah, Wonder is actually picking it up very well. It is 3-0 now to the Dominance lineup. Wonder again with another kill against Merc. Like you say, he is actually pulling it back nicely, getting into the swing of things. I think as Scump is pushing down at this right-hand side, he has got the stuns over onto the spawn, blowing up that right side barrel. Got himself a nice little spray through that tent. Does manage to take out Black. Rambo has taken down Toby as well, and it is looking like the push for that flag is on. They have still got 3 to get, 2 minutes to do so. On the smallest map on the game, it is possible.
Absolutely, but there's not much time left. However, this is a really good start. Scump has managed to pick it up and does manage to take out Black eventually. Really does need to make the reload on the gun because remember, they are used to having extended mags and this is completely different for them. But Optic are making those kills and this is probably going to be the first flag capture for them, which is going to mean they are still trailing by 2 flags and things are still going to be extremely difficult for them. But it is possible with 1 minute 30 on the clock.
Yeah, we are seeing Scump now. Takes out 1 player. Takes out another. Black got took down there. Scump is pulling this. He has chosen to run it towards the spawn, but has been stunned heavily. Struggling to get into the safety of that Domo C. He has been stunned again, but the flag is currently being pulled away by Toby. That's been dropped, and Merc has got the return on that. This is to make things level on this side. It is still possible. 1 minute left, of course. If they manage to capture this flag, that means that they will only be trailing by 1. They are setting up nicely for a relay as well. Big Timer taking out 2. Toby just managed to shut down Merc, but Big Timer taking down Mac. This is looking bad for Dominance. It's looking like it's going to be pulled in the dying seconds of the game.
Yeah, you know what? I think we ruled them out too early here. This is certainly doable. We've just seen in the last 2 minutes of this game an extremely strong Optic side absolutely dominating Dominance. But Black has shut out that final attack and it is the crucial one for Optic. It is still possible, but they need to move now as a unit, and the defensive work on Black and Wonder is just going to make that so difficult.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, they were looking good for it, but now I think it's just a little bit too late, just a fraction. 10 seconds left to do this. It needs to be pulled now and rush middle. Can it be done in 9 seconds? No, it can't, because Wonder is there to shut down Scum. So 3-2 overall for Dominance.
Wow, and you know what, I said it would be quite close, but for the majority of that game that was so heavily favoured towards Dominance. Optic just a completely new team we saw, like I say, in about the last 2 minutes they just came out of absolutely nowhere blitzing it, and I did think for a second they were going to bring that back. We'd wrote them off, Gucci. We said that it wasn't going to happen. And I almost ate my word, so thankfully, thankfully I didn't get it wrong. Search and Destroy Underground is going to be game number 2. So let's see what can happen in that. Again, just to quickly remind you all, this is being played on European host for every for every map. So, there is that slight advantage. It is a European tournament. The American teams have been invited over. And following a 3-2 defeat against Optic in the early stages of their group when they squared up against TCM, they really do need to win this, because whether the losing team between these two is actually out of the tournament.
Yeah, just a quick recap on the kill to deaths from that first one. Black, 25 kills, 14 deaths, huge, as well as Mac getting 22 kills. It was a team effort, of course, with flag captures coming from Wonder and Toby. For the Optic lineup, it was 23-18 from Scump, but then the other teammates, Rambo going 16-28, struggling a little bit there.
Yeah, not great for him. I'm just having a quick look at the scoreboard myself. I mean, the standout player, it's hard to say with Capture the Flag, because like we were saying before in one of the previous streams, it's not a kill-dependent game mode. It is all about those flag captures, and it was Wonder who was securing the flags. He had a really rough start, remembering opening up on about 3-7. But as you can see from the score, he actually finished top of his team. And he was doing the objective work alongside Toby. It's Black and Mac who do the AR slaying. And you do find that Europeans tend to stick to these roles a lot more rigidly than the American teams. You usually have 2 ARs, 2 SMGs, but we are seeing a different play style being adapted by the European community now, where we are seeing rotation of positions. I know that My Pressure have started doing it now. They'll just rotate depending on the situation and the scenario that we're in, and I think a lot of other teams are starting to do that too.
Yeah, they are actually managing to adopt this new play style. Well, I say new, of course the Americans have used it for quite some time now. It's just the EU teams only in the past probably 3 or maybe 4 months are only just picking up on it. And to be fair, now that they are implementing it, I would say we are a lot less, there's a lot less of a skill gap between the two continents. Of course, we do want to bring it all together as one big community, but of course there are always people that want us to battle each other, but really we should be like that.
That's it. We're tight, yo.
We are tight, yo. Anyway, Search and Destroy Underground, second map. Dominance currently leading at 1-0 in this best of 5 series. Let's get underway with the attacking side, which is going to be, first of all, on board with Dominance. And I'm on board with Black, who's using the ACR. Oh, no, we're going to
and it's a nightmare for Dominance, because Wonder has just taken out Toby, and I think he's also going to take out Black, but no, Black, 360 turn on, and that was absolutely fantastic play from Black. Cutie just closing his eyes in disappointment. I should probably confirm at this stage, I was aware.
I didn't realise you had a sense of humour. Oh.
I am. I don't want to say I'm a comedy genius, but I kind of am. It might be why Alexis likes me so much, Melmoth. But I don't think it's just Alexis. I do tend to have this effect on a lot of females. I was saying that before to her. So, whatever crush it is you have, don't think it's unusual. It's quite normal. A lot of females do feel that way about me.
Want to be loved by anyone? Do do do. Gotta love a bit of Tom Jones.
So yeah, I'm not sure what the problem was there. I think it was more an AFK situation, or an AFC situation, as I like to call it. Because someone was away from the controller. Big timer sporting the Urate clan tag. Americans apparently Americans
just realised I'm on camera.
Americans think you're right, mate means I'm accurate, mate, or you're accurate, mate. It doesn't. It means are you all right, mate? And it's a long, boring story which I won't tell. But yes, Search and Destroy. Here we go once again. Let's start this off straight away. Shane posting in the chat at Prof Shane. Give him a follow, guys. I'm sure I'd appreciate it.
At GOOCHHYY. Hop on Twitter, follow me. But now, getting underway. Search and Destroy Underground. On board with the Mac, first of all. He's got himself a sniper. Not seeing anybody. I would have thought he would have actually swapped away from that, but no. He's kept it out after throwing that stun grenade into the middle map. Jumping on the bin to get that little height advantage and looking down the A-bomb site.
Yeah, you know what? I was a little bit surprised when I first started people like Mac using the sniper, because he does actually use it quite a bit on Search and Destroy, but I've just come to accept it now. It's not something that's that unusual. A lot of players are starting to do it. We saw earlier Momo was using it on Bootleg on the Search and Destroy, which he did actually end up losing against Prophecy, but nonetheless it's something that a lot of players have started doing, because when you do have these long alleys, these long distances, of course a sniper is going to be beneficial to you.
Yes, of course. Who would have thought it that at long distances the sniper would be beneficial? That has been confirmed here by Rel. Now
Thank
the
you,
Mac
guys.
got himself a Semtex to use. Looking over, can you see Scump? Yes, he can. He has been dropped by him. We are going to see Black now, 1 versus 3 against arguably the best team in the world right now. So Scump, Merc, and Rambo.
Yeah, I always feel when I'm saying that, Goots, because in my personal opinion, I think they're the best team, but we always have to say arguably because we know that people have different opinions, and we know there are some other extremely strong American and European teams that could contend for that #1 spot. But I don't know if it's because we fanboy them slightly, Gooch. I know I do personally. I love a bit of Optic. But there you go. They are certainly one of the best Call of Duty teams at this current point in time. Let's see if Mac can pull this off. Even Black pull this off as he sweeps right around to B, getting extremely far away from that bomb. And he's going to try and take the Optic side by surprise. The problem is, even if he does pick up 1 kill, they're going to know exactly where he is.
Yeah, he went for the option of the surprise attack from behind, not actually working as Scump was aware of that fact. Getting the wallbang there, using that impact ACR through the billboard. Now, going to switch sides on board with the attacking side. Let's get a glimpse of Optic as they attempt to attack against the dominance lineup.
Yep, and I'm starting off watching Merc, someone who we've not seen a great deal of so far. He's just actually pushed straight into the middle of the map and found a nice comfy position here behind the actual desk. He's just going to be chopping back into, and this is interesting. We don't usually see many players go here. It's not extremely unusual, as he is still holding firm towards that leftish hand side. He can provide support to his team should they go down, so he's not gone right around to B. But he's opted for this central position to just cut anyone off from pushing right round the back.
Yeah, he is in that defensive spot. And he has got that nice little head glitch, which will mean that anybody that pushes into that middle he can fully see, and they won't be able to fully see them. Might catch them by surprise, just going to stun near the fire, seeing if he picks up any hit markers. Not going to do so, so we'll just sit in and wait. I think we should move away from Merc now, really give somebody else some airtime, see what they can do. I'm going to go on board with Big Timer as he's using this ACR.
Yeah, big time. We're also watching the back, very conscious that people are going to be trying to... The second we do it, so typical, isn't it? But yep, it's actually going to be Big Timer just checking the rear, making sure no one's going to be sneaking up behind them. Isn't going to be seeing much action anytime soon, which is why I've got on board with Scum. So many possibilities there. But yeah, I'm watching Scump at the moment, who is lying next to this JCB. And the thing with Underground is the style of play is so routine. It's the same positions every time. You know, there is some variance in strategy, but generally the obvious positions are still the best, even though people can expect people to be there. Which is why I think it makes for quite a competitive search and destroy map.
Yeah, Black just managing to take out Rambo. Toby managing to take down Scump. We are going to be seeing Big Timer left alive at 1 versus 3. Takes out Wonder there. First of all, shots are fired over, but has been taken down by Black. And the defuse is going to come in from Toby. Nice play there from Dominance to get their first round on the board. Tying things over 1 apiece on this Search and Destroy Underground, which is second map. And Dominance did win the Capture the Flag, which was on Dome 3-2.
What is going on? There's a fella in the chat called Monokip.
I don't know.
I haven't been watching it much, but he seems a tad mad, bro.
I've been glancing to and from it.
I don't know what
it seems unspeakable. Right, get on board with Toby. I think he is the bomb carrier. Big Timer has just dropped Mac in the middle map. Now Toby advancing towards this very favourable A bomb. Got himself a grenade over. Is he going to jump straight on that bomb? No, he isn't. He's going to go towards the side of this white van and get himself an angle on people defending that A bomb. Ooh, is heavy weak. Stunned as well. I think this is the end. There he is.
It wasn't looking good for Toby there. He pretty much had no escape from that Semtex. Wonder though, risking it a little bit. If he pokes out anymore, he's going to be spotted. But no, the stun grenade is going to reveal his location. Are we going to see anyone jump around this corner? Maybe. But very slow play from both teams. Very, very slow play from both teams. I'm actually going in third person, trying to see someone, but no, I can't. So Wonder's probably just going to hold out there for the time being.
The bomb has been collected by Black. Shots have been fired across the way. Wonder has been stunned once again. I can't actually keep count of how many times he's been stunned, and wow, my voice sounds weird. Right now, Wonder just going to wait for the aggression of the Optic lineup. 4 versus 2. Black and Wonder against Scump, Big Time, and Merc and Rambo. Throwing a stun into the middle map. Gone straight back to that position.
There we go. I'm still watching Wonder. It does go down, and you know what? I'm going to be interested to see this from Scump's point of view. Had Scump just sat there the whole time? Oh, it was actually Big Time where he got the final kill. I've got a feeling that Wonder and Scump had literally just been sat either sides of that wall for ages.
Yeah, more than possible, I think, to be honest. They've just been sat either side of that wall, just waiting for each other just to poke round. Eventually did, and it was, of course, Scum that got the better of Wonder.
Okay, well, let's watch the Optic lineup now, and I'm on board with Merc, who is the bomb carrier for the team. Again, we see the bomb carrier going down these stairs. We keep seeing this time and time again, so again, like I've been saying before, a fairly routine strategy for this map. Nearly every single time the team will push towards this A-bomb site. It is just a lot easier to plant on, despite the other team being aware that this will be the likely bomb to be pushed. But Merc has just got to be careful that no one's going to push through this archway, and an interesting position, because you know what, whilst he might see someone behind that wooden pole, I don't know if he'd be able to make the kill easily.
No, I don't think he would be, to be honest. He's just looking over to scout out, and then of course he will be able to call that for his teammates. He's just jumped up. That will have made a little bit of a noise, and then of course possibly reveal his position if there's anybody near him. But I don't think there is, as nobody has currently pushed him. It's still 4 versus 4, but Toby got the better of Scump over on the other side of the map now, so that does leave Dominance in a more favourable position.
Okay, and yep, just watching the bomb carrier now flanking right round the back in the form of Merc. He is actually separated from his teammate Big Timer, who is actually a great distance away. He's actually trying to play a little bit of catch-up now. And Merc, this is an interesting route. We don't see many teams go down here. I mean, we did just see it in that previous round, but in general, oh wow, and Toby read the situation perfectly there, but Merc is going to make that kill against Toby. 2 versus 2 now, Black and Mac, the dominant duo, squaring up against Big Timer and Merc.
Yeah, this is looking positive for Optic. Of course, they are already winning 2 rounds to 1. Currently trailing on maps, though, 1-0. Let's see how they can fare up. Can they take this 3-1 into the lead? Merc has got that bomb in his hands. He is located at that B-bomb. Shots have been fired up above him. Black takes out Big Timer. This does leave Merc last alive against Black and the Mac. How will he fare up now? He has had shots fired at him. The Mac has killed him, and that does make it level 2 apiece now.
Okay, well there we go. That is going to be it. They are all tied. Halfway there for both teams. Remember that Dominance actually won the initial capture the flag on Dome 3-2. So very close. It was actually very one-sided initially towards Dominance. And Optic could really do with this. If this ends 4-3 in Dominance favour, you can expect a very frustrated Optic in the following capture the flag game.
I would have thought so, but let's get on board with the Dominant. I want to go on board with Wonder, who's doing this B push. Has been spotted, though, and retreating.
Interesting tactic. Let's see what Merc can do here. He's pushed around, he's looking at those stairs. He's not encountered anyone just yet. And I'm actually flicking through the players, trying to find Scump and see what he's up to. He's actually in the middle of one of the trains, just aiming at the A-bomb site. This is really strange from Optic, because you know what? I think we're expecting the B-bomb push because they did see someone moving towards that area, but they've really distanced themselves from A. And if Dominance have switched things up and gone back on themselves, then they're going to be in a spot of trouble.
Yeah, well, I am on board with a Wonder, who is looking like he wants to push that B-bomb site. So if you stayed on board with Optic to get that look rel, then you may have, of course, called out what could be potentially a sticky situation for Wonder, as he's looking like he wants to push over. He keeps flicking back and two between the middle. So get on board with Wonder, see what he can do now. He is pushing down these middle stairs.
Yep. Interesting.
Yeah, get on board with Wonder.
There we go. Watching Wonder now, and Sorry about that, Gucci. I was just looking at the MYP chat, seeing what's going on versus Collapse. But yeah, he's just taking his time now, not overextending himself. You've got to remember that they are on the attack. Wonder is actually going to come head to head with Merc. Does manage to make the kill, and he has got the stun grenade on someone. Despite taking some damage, this grenade should make that kill. Oh, hit marker.
Hitmarker with that grenade gets taken down by the ACR of Scump. Now, interestingly, the bomb from Dominance has been took across the other side of the map, which is looking like B. Mac and Toby, either side of that plane platform. Scump, left last alive, going to get on board with him quickly. 3 members of Dominance to take out Toby, Black and Mac versus Scump. Scump 1 versus 3. Only 17 seconds left on that clock on defense, but no, gets taken down by Mac on the middle train track.
Well, it's going to be 3-2 now to Dominance. Like I say, it's going to be awfully frustrating if this goes 4-3 in Dominance's favour for Optic. You've got to remember they did previously play TCM in the group stages and lost 3-2 after an extremely long best-of-5 series due to the connection problems that we encountered. Let's switch over to Optic and see if they can stay in this game now, as they are finding it really tough against the Dominance lineup.
Yeah, I'm going to go on board with Rambo, who's got the bomb and is rushing it towards the B area. This is something that you don't exactly see, but Toby predicted that nicely. Gets the better of Rambo. That bomb has been dropped. Merc has been taken out by the Mac. Scump left middle map. He has also got Big Timer left alive. Toby, the Mac, and Wonder as well to take out.
Scump going for a bit of pre-fire there on mid-bridge, does actually reveal his location. Wonder takes advantage of that opportunity and takes out Scump, and this is now 1 versus 3. It is Ure, Optic Big Timer against Toby, Mac and Wonder, and things are not looking good for Optic at this stage. This could be it for them. Remember, if they do lose here against Dominance, that is going to be it. They're going to be out of this WGL tournament.
Yep. They would still have that game to be played. And it's not looking good for Optic now. 2-0 they fall behind on maps in this best-of-5 series. Of course, now Dominance only have 1 map left to win. The next map is going to be Capture the Flag. How they played to start with initially on the first Capture the Flag, of course, they did go 3-0 into the lead, so it was very good. Now we are going to see Arcaden. A map that they actually lost last week against TCM.
Yep. Apparently, I just had a quick look at the stream chat. Rambo wasn't happy when Toby killed him on his stream. That was from Eskimo RVZ. So yeah, you know, I've been saying this at the start of every round. This is all being played on the European host at the moment, so they do have that disadvantage, and you've got to appreciate that. It's the same when Europeans are playing on the Icons tournament. It's just something that has to happen. Unfortunately, there is not a network in the middle of the ocean that we can have it equidistant from both of us. I don't know how the internet works exactly, so I'm probably just talking absolute gibberish here. But you understand my point. It's going to be impossible to get this balanced host between both teams. So, you know what? Let's just see if they can do something here on Arcade and Capture the Flag. Let's see if they can get back into this best-of-5. Remember, this isn't the final game that's going to be streamed tonight. The final game is actually going to be Collapse, who are going to be substituting in for Envy, as they've decided to pull out of the tournament.
Well, I've just gone into the Deserto Live staff chat, and just been asked a question by Revan asking who is on Team Ante. It appears that Revan will be playing for Team Collapse.
Oh, interesting. Our good friend Revan unfollowed me off Twitter and deleted me on Skype, and I think it might have had something to do with me hitting on his mum. That might be wrong, but no, in all seriousness, he knows it. We mess about a lot. So I hope he doesn't hate me, Gooch. I really hope he doesn't hate me. I love you, Revan.
Melmoth hates me.
It's all right. Oh, it's okay. I'll deal with that. Take it away, Gooch. It's all good. We are all good. We are rocking and a rolling, dribbling and a ribbling, all that sort of stuff. Let's get on board with the top team, which is going to be Dominance. And I am watching... Let's not watch Matt. We always watch him from the start. Let's watch Toby.
Going to watch Toby now as he's using that PP90. Been head off in front by Wonder. 2 down initially there for Optic. Strong start to the game for dominance. They have taken down 3 of Optic's players. Toby pushing along this top glass area to get to those double stairs and going to throw a grenade straight down into that green. One player has just escaped his shot. No hits fired, unfortunately, and that is a bit of a reversal there from Optic. They've come back off the spawn strong and taken down some of the team members of Dominance. 1 kill apiece for every member of the Dominance lineup so far.
Well, Black is doing work at the back of the map. He didn't make that kill. It was actually Toby who takes out 2. Black does go down. My monitor cuts to black and I cannot see a thing. There we go. I can see it now. And it is actually going to be Wonder who's pulled his flag. And the early aggression is on the dominant side. However, Scump has also pulled the dominance flag.
Yeah, Wonder has opted for the safer option across this top glass area, getting to the Domo A. Just going to be very cautious as he gets around there, just to make sure that none of the Optic players have stayed behind, just to pick him up as he gets onto that back bridge. Very oh, we saw Merc. Oh, a stun's gone over, nade's gone over, picked up the kill there from Wonder, but Rambo is not far behind him. Wonder needs to get onto that safety, but has got the support of Mac now, and stalemate so early on in the game.
And you know what? This is better, I would say, for dominance, because this position that Wonder is in is absolutely sublime. It's so difficult to actually kill someone when they're just sat on these stairs at the back. And he does have the support of, I believe it is Black. Yes, it is, who is next to him. But let's switch things up and see what's going on with Toby, because Toby is going to be pushing out more than anyone and trying to get that kill on the flag. I'm going to be honest with you, Gooch. I can see this just staying 0-0 for the rest of the game.
I don't know if it's going to be the entire time, but I think it's going to be at least another couple of minutes before anybody gets near either player, to be honest.
Toby's trying to find someone here. Just going back into... I mean, the problem is Toby effectively has to kill probably, I'd say, 3 of Optic to actually get the flag returned, as I imagine one of them is pushing out quite heavily. Mac has actually moved in with him, though. Scump is the flag carrier who does take out Mac, and again, we see ourselves back to square one. The spawns will take place, and both of those players will be pushing out right again.
Yeah, Wonder just keeping himself safe on this back area. He has actually got the support of Mac. I think we should get off board with the defensive players, get on board with somebody who's doing a bit more pushing. That at the minute is Mac. He's shots fired. He does take out Rambo. He's weakened the flag carrier as it is. He is bottom mini bar as it stands. He's chucked a stun over. He has got the flag carrier stun there, I think. He's pushing into that green side, gets taken down by Big Timer. Defaulted to Toby now, who it's good to see is actually opting for that aggression side. He is pushing down this left-hand side, this Domo B area, and going, he's going to take bullets in the back, in the front, jump back to the side, come head-on-head with Big Timer. Headshot actually occurred, but then gets dropped by Merc. It's constant array of kills being exchanged between the two sides. As soon as that red dot is revealed on the map, somebody else manages to pick up the kill.
Yeah, I mean, like I said this was going to be 0-0 the whole time, and I think it's going to stay like that. Wonder did actually sustain a lot of damage from a grenade that flew over. I'm just continually going on board with Toby, who has just died once again to Merc, because Toby is trying his best to get out, and you know what, it's probably going to take him into the negative with regards to kill-death ratio, as he is effectively trying to take out the whole of Optic all by himself. The flag has actually been dropped, though. That was a team kill. Was that intentional? I do not know. Interesting. I'm not sure what was going on there, but anyway, we are seeing stalemate once again.
Yeah, the stalemate has actually returned. Go on board with Toby, who is looking like he's going to opt for a bit more of a push now. Sorry, I have just hiccuped. Rel, I think you're going to have to take this while I take a sip of
It's all good. You know what, I'm going to stop watching Wonder and get on board with Toby once again, who is trying an alternate route. Oh, and he has actually fallen off there. I mean, it's just one of these maps that's so hard to break a stalemate on. Toby has sneaked around though. He's got some bullets out. His aim wasn't the best, but he is still alive, only to be taken out by Rambo. And you know what, Gooch? I'm not saying I'm a gaming guru or a gaming god, but I called it.
You did indeed call it. To be honest, I thought that we would have seen a more aggressive play from the dominant side, because of course they didn't want to waste the good side, but clearly they were happy for it to end 0-0. Optic, I'm sure, were happy for the 0-0 on that side as they were on the weaker side, so now they get the chance on the better side. I think Wunder actually pulled that in the 4 minutes on the clock when he actually pulled that, so we have just seen a 4-minute stalemate here on map number 3 of this best of 5 series. Currently being led 2-0 by Dominance. Optic not doing what we have come to expect from them in the past, to be honest.
Well, there is no stalemate anymore because here we go, starting afresh on round number 2, and we need to switch things up and see what's going on for Optic. And I want to start off watching Scump, who I can see has gone straight to the middle, a really, really quick start, trying to get as far up as he can in as little time as possible, does take the damage of a grenade, and Black is eventually going to shut out that advancement.
Yeah, I have defaulted now to Rambo, who's just taken down Mac in the top glass area, drops down those Eskis, sees a player in the bottom link, pulls out his Magnum, does manage to get the better of a Wunder, and then gets taken down by Toby. Merc just stunning around his flag, making sure that none of the Dominance players can actually get anywhere near it at this present moment in time. Merc just playing very cautiously around the back. He has got that PP90 though, doing that defensive work, which is so effective at close range, and indeed at long distance, as we are seeing him fend off the attacks of the Dominance lineup.
Merc does get the kill against Mac, who was top glass there. He's trying to follow it up with the 2-piece, but Scump is going to steal that from him. He won't care because that is still a kill to his team, and it has allowed Merc to push through green room now. Got to be careful because there we go. Dominance reading the situation well as the stun grenade does come over, followed by the Semtex. Oh, really hard shot for Merc to make, but he does make it against Black and needed to let his health regenerate.
Oh, Wunder there with a nice 2-piece, managed to defend that flag, but no, Scump going to get the better of him. Toby has taken down Rambo. Toby getting the 2-piece there to make sure that flag was dropped and returned. It has been reset now, and we are seeing the Optic lineup off the spawn. Big timer going head on head with Mac, managing to get the better of him. Toby taking down Rambo. Kills just being exchanged now. Remember, this is currently tied 0-0. No flags were captured on that first side, and currently no flags have been captured on the second side.
Trying to find someone. Big timer does take out Wunder there through the cloth. Semtex goes towards that soda machine area. I will still always call it soda. I don't even care. Big timer is going to go down to Black though. And as kills do get exchanged, it's just not looking like any more flags are going to be pulled at this rate. We need to see some sort of break by a team. We want to see a 3 or 4 down and then see some big moves from either side. Let's see what Merc can do here.
Merc is middle map, going to push through this link. As soon as he gets in there, he does get stunned. Mac and Wunder have both picked up kills. Going for Wunder in the middle map. Black managing to take him out. Rambo straight off the spawn though to do some work around his flag area. I think, to be honest, Optic would much rather win this map than it go to Stopwatch. Stopwatch can be so tricky.
You've got to remember Optic are on the back foot as well. A 2-0 down in this best of 5 in the penultimate game of this evening. Remember, we do have that Collapse versus Ante game to be playing, in which our fellow commentator who we've commentated both with on Deserto Live, Revan, will be playing apparently. So there we go, something for you guys to stay tuned for. I'm actually on board here with Rambo, who was stunned middle map. He's managed to break out of the stun, and he's just holding his position here as all these bodies are dropping all around him.
Yeah, Rambo has just been dropped by Mac, who was top class. Merc also pushing the same route, does manage to evade the ACR shot of Mac, but Scump didn't. Toby manages to push onto Merc with that PP92 off the spawn now to defend the flag for Optic and just bide themselves a little bit of time. Flag defender, Big Timer has gone down to the grenade of a Wunder.
Yeah, Rambo does manage to take out Mac, advancing now. Go into that top glass area where he will usually find some sort of AR who will be either supporting his teammate or preventing the others from pulling flags, but instead he has just ran straight through, cutting back on himself now as he has seen someone going for the Optic flag. Desperate shooting there, and he's got to be careful because he's going to collide. No, he is not. The flag carrier Toby has chosen an interesting route and has actually fooled Rambo and managed to escape. Yeah,
now Rambo just down this left-hand side. The flag has been dropped. It is up to Rambo to go in and get it returned. Big Timer has dropped the flag, but Rambo takes down Black in the back, gets the flag return as well.
Yep, so 0-0 here on the second half with 40 seconds left flag returned once again, and this has been a really slow game. The stalemate in the first half didn't help. As you said, it was about 4 minutes of stalemate, which showed very little action from either side, but Rambo is trying to change that, as is Toby, with the flags both being pulled in the 9 seconds. It could all change here with just 20 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, it's looking like the flag carriers are going to run into each other. Whoever wins this gun battle will actually probably be more of the succeeder in the map. Flag being laid on by Toby. Capped!
Oh my goodness, with 5 seconds left, and that has got to be frustrating. Rambo's gone. Merc's gone. Big Timer's gone. Oh, and you know what? I think we both agree in not condoning the rage quitting, and I'm not suggesting that was the case. Maybe they just had to go or whatever. But you can appreciate how frustrating that's going to be for them.
Did you just see that? Did you just see that?
It was a brilliant moment there for dominance.
Was late on the flag, shots fired, looked like he died before the flag got capped. Boom, dead, boom, flag cap. What? That is Call of Duty right there, guys. That is why you watch this stream. WGL TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, follow us on Twitter, all of that good stuff. Check out our website for next week's fixtures. We have got one more game coming up tonight. The newly invited team, Collapse, in for the replaced EnvyUs. We got told this about half an hour ago. We don't have any more information other than they're just not showing up tonight. So Collapse have been invited in to take on Ante tonight.
Yep, and you know what? There's a little bit of discussion as to what is going to be going on with Collapse and their current position in this tournament, because obviously Envy lost their first game, and that's still being discussed. There's no official decision on that yet, but hopefully we'll have one by the end of the night to update you guys with, if you are following this stream as a dedicated fan, which would be great. But yeah, it's going to be interesting if you guys want to let us know in the chat who you're cheering for here. I imagine the American community will be choosing one of the American teams, and the European community respectively will choose one of the European teams, but that might not necessarily be the case. So let us know your thoughts, who you think's going to win, who you want to win, who you're supporting, whatever it is. Interact with us a little bit, and of course, give us all some tweets. Gucci has said at Gucci, H.
GOOCHHY GOOCHHY. Follow me on Twitter.
At the VP Brothers for myself and Momo, we share that account, and Melmoth is M3LM0TH. Just adding a few numbers in there because he's too cool for school.
Back in the day of the old PC gamers, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. How long have you had that gamer tag for, Melmoth? Just out of interest. Oh, a very short period. Oh, interesting. Okay, PC gamer tag was not appropriate for the console scene, apparently. I'm going to have to dig a little bit deeper later on and see what was going on there. But nevertheless, Ante are here. They are ready to take on Collapse, one of the best teams at the moment in the American circuit, and therefore you can kind of say one of the best teams worldwide on Call of Duty. So it's going to be a really interesting one.
But to be fair, they got invited into this tournament. Ante did all the work to actually get here. Lewis, Carbon, Tuna, and my homeboy Jake Nuttall. They are here. They managed to fight their way through on the Tuesday, the WGL qualifier. It is actually interesting. I'm just speaking to Carbon on Skype at the minute. Jake is actually switching to AR. Last week he actually SMG'd. Whenever I've teamed with him in the past, he's always been a better AR than what he has been SMG, so it'll be interesting to see how this works out this week. Will they be able to do anything to fend off the attacks of Collapse?
Yeah, well, we are just waiting for Collapse to join, and we've not seen any of Collapse, so we can't really speak on behalf of them how well they've performed in this particular tournament. We don't know how much the connection is going to affect them. This is played on European host, and they are an American team. But on paper, you know, like you say, Gooch, I know you know Jake well, and we do root for the Europeans on the whole, but on paper, Collapse are the... Exactly, that is it. But on paper, Collapse are probably the stronger team, so it will be interesting to see the outcome of this.
I would just like to thank Maka3232 for awarding us his praise on our commentary skills rail. Also, Curse like FUCK and Sailors. Do appreciate that as well. Your support is always greatly received. It does actually keep us motivated and keeps us going. So do thank you all for your support.
You know what? I want to give a bit of a shout out as well to John Frith at the Frithy, who I'm going to retweet this. If you guys want to check out what I've just retweeted, he sent me. He's kind of photoshopped his head into the Chippendales and sent it me as a tweet. It's very homosexual, but yeah, thank you for that. That's very nice of you to send me that. So Parasite has joined. We have the first player from Collapse joining now. I'll be completely honest, whilst me and Gooch, we do have an understanding of both the American and European competitive scene, and whilst we are aware of Collapse, you know, for their status in competitive gaming at the moment, we haven't really seen that much of them to be able to single out particular players or the roles that they're going to be playing. So we're going to be learning along the way as well as you guys, but I'm sure that will be revealed very, very quickly. And I'm sure we will be seeing who the stronger players of that team are shortly when this game starts and gets underway. And yeah, I mean, if we just have a look, I mean, do you know Tuna? I've seen Tuna, Carbon, obviously Carbon, I think he's actually the manager of Ante.
Carbon is Carbon's the owner of Ante, actually. They actually set this up. I don't know if you ever heard of it, Young Enterprise. It was something that they were doing when I was at sixth form as well. Basically, a group of young people at school or just in the local community can effectively set up a new business and take it from there, and then it's like the most successful business wins a little trophy or whatever. They actually won the Young Enterprise trophy for their local area in Scotland, I think it is, Carbon's from. So they did well to do that, and Carbon set this up himself from scratch. So he's done well, and he's actually a player manager, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to go to ECL 4 with him and Jake, but I dodged. That was before people on the internet I ever met people.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I've actually just sent Revan a message, a picture message with a love heart in it, so I hope he likes that. He's deleted me off Skype, Gucci, and it's really upset me because I thought me and Revan were bestest buddies, and I just want to be your friend, Revan, so please add me back. Sorry, I've just seen something which I won't repeat. Yep, so we are just waiting for one more player from Collapse now. I
don't even know what the Collapse lineup is. I mean, I know that Revan has actually been to countless different events. Of course, he is a well-known shoutcaster throughout the US. However, he is a player as well. And his knowledge, to be honest, whenever I've casted with him in the past, his knowledge is just phenomenal of the game. So yeah, I think we'll be able to implement that.
I was going to say, all banter aside between me and Revan, he's actually a really good player. Me and my brother played a few GBs with him, and it's like you're saying, Gucci has some amazing knowledge. He also does give lessons, apparently, so if you're interested in lessons from Revan, be sure to contact him.
He's told me I need lessons from him countless times.
Oh, I'm being told by my future wife that I need to turn a light on, because we are approaching that midnight mark, Gucci.
Oh, we're an hour and 5 minutes off the old...
Yeah, I thought it was 5 to 12 then.
Sponsor, Uxton. Just need a quick swig.
Okay. So
I'll tell you what's really interesting, Realm. The fact that you were able to stand up while still wearing your headset and go and turn the light on, I think that's really interesting. Shall we talk about that a little bit?
I think we should, but before we do, Gooch, I just want to go over here and stretch a little bit. I hope you can still hear me there while I'm commentating, because it's really good.
Where's the wires?
I feel so free. I'm unchained from my desk. I could like just swish my arms around like that and not have any wires in the way. It's a magical feeling. And if you guys want to take... That's just like shameless advertising, really, isn't it? But if you guys are interested in the headsets we're wearing, the Soundblaster headsets, they're sponsoring this tournament, and they are really good. There is a discount now if you want to look on the YouTube channel in the top right-hand side. And you can click the link and take advantage of that discount. And Alexis apparently can now see my beautiful eyes, which thinks are pretty. I don't know what you think, Gucci, if I get close to the camera, I'm going to invade your personal bubble here. What do you reckon? Do I have nice... I'm told I have nice eyelashes, but they're actually just really long, so...
There's actually no other good feature about you, so they have to think...
I really need a shave. I've just realised how unshaven I am at the moment. That's
I
quite,
much prefer it when they're shaved. But no, anyway, these Sound Blaster headsets are really good so far. You do get this little, basically what is effectively the same sort of style as a mix amp. Basically that thing up the top that transmits the wireless thing from this to that. Of course, you can control all the sounds on there. It's got options on the side for PS3, Xbox or PC. I've got mine set to PC at the minute, but I can still talk and listen through the Xbox at the same time, which is really good. And it's fairly simple to use. Nice little just up and down buttons for your volume, and also you've got a scout mode which basically increases the surround sound of the headset, which basically gives you a better footstep hearing quality. So I think, to be honest, they should hire me as a promoter full time.
Why not? I'm moving to Channel 4 doing some horse racing apparently, so why not?
Don't get me started on horse racing. Lost a tenner on it today.
Yeah, me and Gooch, we're going to go off topic while we're waiting for this game to start. We've got into gambling a bit. I got extremely lucky on a £1 bet. I found £1 when I was walking my dog, so I bet on...
that sounds like you found it on the floor.
Yeah, no, I did. I found £1 on the floor. What? I'm going to pick up £1. So I've got it and I bet and I won 45 quid off it on a bet. And since then I've just been gambling like a madman. I've lost all my bets tonight, which sucks, but I'm keeping it limited. The way I work, I do a £5 bet on something that has a reasonable chance of happening, like Holland to win, which is what I bet, which didn't happen. And then I have a £1 bet on something, yeah, on something really stupid or risky, like John Terry to score a hat trick. just you know, why not? Why not go for it? I am watching the stream, Gooch. I don't know what's on your webcam, but you've just disappeared.
Yeah, it's back now. Don't worry.
All right, okay.
Just look at my screen.
It's got... I can see a heart. I can't see the top of it if you tilt it that bright. No, Gooch. Let me just hold on. And you see, you've done one now, so I am entitled to one.
Definitely Brycey. Definitely all about Brycey.
No, see, this is what it's about.
Yeah,
you already know.
I've got undying love for her already, so.
There we go. Even on a post-it note, I'm just going to leave that.
Anyway, let's go. Capture the flag dome.
Game has started. Left pad.
Best of 5. Let's go. First map of the best of 5 series. Capture the flag dome. Let's go on board side first of all. Bottom side. Just waiting for the teams to spawn in. It's not going to be Ante. It is going to be Collapse. Our first look at the new addition to the team. I want to go on board with Revan. Come on. Where is Revan? He's going to chuck the stuns into that dome and blow up the barrels first of all.
Yeah, but a common tactic that a lot of players do now, just get rid of those barrels because, you know what, if you're just sat in there trying to hold a flag, all that needs to happen is a stun grenade coming to take you out. So Revan has done the wise thing, but he has got to escape that Semtex, which he does absolutely perfectly and follows it up with the kill against Carbon.
Yeah, that was good play there from them. Now Revan opting to move away from that left-hand side. He is pushing into this right-hand loading base. So Jake Bra with a 2-piece, taking down Revan. Going for the third as well. No, he does get taken down by Parasite.
Parasite now is going to be doing some work in this loading bay area, trying to spot someone out down this corridor, and he's got to be cautious. He knows he's going to be at a disadvantage if he leaps out against an AR, but you know what? He's just taken a Semtex to the face, and he's going to go down to Tuna.
To the face? Yeah, Revan now just doing a bit of defensive work. That flag has been pulled behind him. Oh, Revan getting the better of Carbon there. He is so weak. He's just going to opt to go towards the satellites now just to get a bit of a better angle and recover some health. Nobody actually pushed down that right-hand side, so it does mean that Revan can now push out.
Revan trying to spot someone now in the loading bay area. Instead, he turns to his right, managed to take out Lewis, and he is going to take this opportunity to push forward. There is no one who is guarding this flag, and this is going to be the first pickup. Yes, there is. Carbon was ready. He's going to try and get the 2-piece. Oh, but Jake was there to save the day.
Of course he was. He learned everything from me back in my logical Modern Warfare 2 GB days. But now Parasite doing some defensive work as Tuna pushed in. Carbon and Lewis have been taken down. Jake Bra left alone to defend the flag, gets taken down. No, Jake takes down Revan. My apologies. Now Parasite just pushing up onto the spawn. Now Jake Bra still doing that huge defensive work. He's got himself a 2-piece in there. Two sides being pushed at the same time though.
does go down. Parasite has picked up this flag and is just waiting there because you know what? They will have been expecting him just to go straight into the corridor. Revan makes the kill. Liar follows that up against Jake. This is looking really good for Collapse now as there is a big push down that left-hand side, but Carbon in a sneaky position is able to get the flag returned.
I'll tell you what, Carbon is so slippery, isn't he? In fact, the whole Ante lineup is, when we saw them play Prophecy last week, they'd get the flag nearly all the way home, and then one of them would just pop out from somewhere and get a kill and the flag return. It's ever so smart the way that they play. Parasite taking down Carbon there with that grenade that he just detonated onto the floor. Carbon ran straight into that. He has pushed out into the middle map. Tuna getting the better of him. Lewis taking down Revan as well. Dedo is opting to stun and nade out towards that middle, as well as Leia getting pushed out that right hand side.
You know what, Gooch? We are no doubt pronouncing his name wrong, so if you guys just want to tweet us or say in the stream how we're supposed to be pronouncing it, I'm just going to say, is it Dedo? Yeah, Dedo we'll go with for now, so apologies if we are saying that wrong. Tuna has pulled this flag though, and he went for the turn on against Dedo, but you know what? He's managed to get that headshot and the flag return. We're still currently tied at 0-0.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, Tuna could have actually got away with that if he'd have opted to just run straight up that loading base. That might have got himself, with the support of his teammates, away from Dedo. But now Parasite gets taken down by Jake Bra. He sees another one lying down. Carbon has been taken down by Leia. Jake Bra managing to pick up that kill. Revan's pushing straight out the middle map now, opting to get onto that platform. Head glitch, but does get taken down, and it's all down to the defensive work of Collapse here. They are actually on the back foot. This is very positive from Ante.
Yeah, things are looking really good for them, of course. You know what? The Collapse side are up against the connection disadvantage. It's all being played on European hosts, but we are not seeing any show of that at all, because once again we are seeing these big pushes from Collapse down this right hand side as they move into loading bay. Let's remember that this Ante side qualified for this tournament through WGL, so they actually had to play quite a few matches and win a separate tournament to actually be entered into this one. So they've put a lot of work into this, whereas Collapse are just picking up where Envy left off and jumping straight into this off the back of nothing.
Yeah, Parasite now with only 40 seconds left on that clock. They are getting the pull. He is actually running extremely quickly there. He's turning around, throwing a stun over from that middle map. It's looking like they will be capturing this flag now. Nades have come over. He's managed to avoid them. He's seen a player at the middle map. This is going to go in. Dedo, I believe it's pronounced well. I've just been tweeted excessively. Now Parasite left last alive. Can there be a counter-attack? No. Parasite with the two-piece there on Jake and Tuna, just to do that defensive work. Yeah, Dedo is what I've just been tweeted to my Twitter, Gucci, GOOCHHYY. Go and follow me on there. Feel free to tweet me any updates about the stream and any feedback at all. I do always appreciate it. But no, we are going to see Collapse 1-0 in at the half-time score.
You know, I'm tempted to just make a new Twitter and just follow you, Gooch. Like, the amount of promotion is just brilliant. I love it.
Yes, you are right. It is going to be 1-0 there. Let's go into round number 2 and see what's going on as we get on board with Team Ante.
I want to go on board with Jake, first of all. He's using the AR now, which last week he was actually using the SMG, so it'll be interesting to see how the team has actually switched roles and adapted to a different play style. Revan and Leia taking down 2 players in that loading bay vacant alleyway. Jake managing to get stuns in, but is stunned himself, doesn't manage to take down Parasite. Revan pushing down through that middle as well. Carbon going back for him, does manage to take out the kill as Revan penetrated into the dome. Dedo takes down Tuna.
Yeah, excellent penetration there by Revan, really strong. Let's see what Lewis can do as he moves over to these jeeps, choosing an alternate route to actually push onto this flag. We usually see people moving through the loading bay, but just takes a knife to the stomach by Revan. You know what? I do feel that on this side, Collapse are playing a lot better than Ante, and I can see them capturing a flag in no time at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, Ante had their better play in the first probably 3 minutes of that first side. It is looking very promising now for Team Collapse. They will have captured this flag in another 5 seconds or so. We'll scratch that. That was actually like 1 second, but there we go. My prediction was, of course, incorrect. Carbon landed a stun onto the flag carrier, but not for long. Parasite has got that 2-piece. Revan's taken down Jake as well. Tuna just leaving behind to stop the relay, but as soon as he looked up, Parasite came running in, looking like it's going to be constant relays now from Collapse. This does not bode well for Ante. It will all go down to their S&D gameplay, I would have thought. Now, it is possible to win the game off S&D gameplay, as you saw earlier. Prophecy beat MYP 3-2. 2 S&Ds were won by Prophecy to get them to last map, whereas 2 capture the flags were won by MYP.
Yep, I was just looking at a tweet that my brother sent out, which is the worst thing I've ever seen. But yes, it is going to be a walkover here for Collapse. They're playing absolutely brilliantly. That is going to be the 3rd flag capture of this round. And you know what, Ante are doing what they can to get back into this, but it's just so difficult. This is a strong side. Collapse, I believe, won a 360 Icons tournament quite recently, if I'm not mistaken. They were at least top 2 anyway, so I'm not 100% on that. But they are proving themselves online here, and of course at LAN as an organisation, they've had brilliant results. Parasite is going to take out Carbon, and you know what? I don't feel like this is going to change. I think this is certainly going to be a Collapse victory here.
Yeah. Now we are just seeing Lewis push up into that loading bay. I think, to be honest, 4 minutes left. 4 flag captures needed to tie the game. 2 minutes left. It's not going to happen. Now, I am actually just watching my Twitter feed at the minute. Rambo tweeted out, "Good game to DM. This tournament here is only adding fuel to the EGL fire. Can't wait for those to come up." Basically meaning that Rambo can't wait to play some of our European teams on the LAN event EGL. Our next one is Sweden. However, I don't think many teams are actually going to that. So EGL 7 will be the next big one at the start of August, followed by I-Series at the end of August. I-46, of course, that will be a big one as well. But there is a lot of talk between some of the EU players and Rambo. It looks as if it's all been taken in good taste, basically just seeing how it will all go down. It is looking very good, to be honest. I think it's good that we've got a bit of a good competitive scene at the minute. It's good that we are all getting to know each other, and of course adding that friendly rivalry in there.
Yep, well, let's see what Lewis can do here. Moving over to that loading bay area, seeing if he can penetrate the rear of the American lineup once again. He's managed to get into loading bay anyway, and is going to go down to Liar. Lewis is going to fall. Tuna's going to try and move up, but again, it is just, you know what, there's nothing he can do here. Collapse have won it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but it's game over.
It is game over. 4-0. I mean, you can't get 4 back-to-back relays quick enough now for them to actually bring this to a tie. But Tuna going for a consolation flag cap by the look of things anyway. But I don't think that Collapse will allow this, as they have pulled that flag away. Parasites has got it in his hands. 30 seconds left on that clock. Revan has managed to drop Tuna anyway, which means that flag will probably be getting returned by Revan at some point soon, as Lewis actually chose to run away from that and go for the flag kill. Don't know how Carbon has actually managed to get that, despite Revan being very close to the flag. But clearly good play there from Carbon. But
yeah, it really doesn't.
Oh, no compilation cap, I don't think.
It really doesn't matter what happens at this stage. They could just start team killing. No.
It was on then.
No, that's going to be it. So Collapse take it very comfortably. Remember, this is on the European host. I'm trying to be fair to Ante. They've done really well. They're a strong team, but I'd say they are outclassed by Collapse. They do have this connection advantage that's working in their favour, and things could be completely different here in the search and destroy. So let's not rule them out just yet. Let's see what they can do.
I do remember that they qualified through the WGL, and WGL is more of a social gaming website, whereas what Collapse would have done, they would have been from this hard competitive scene the whole way through. Now, I do think that WGL is a very much upcoming sort of way of playing, and it is getting increasingly more competitive, but it does mean that with them having that social background, it means that they might not be up to the same sort of standards that Collapse will be in anyway. So I think, to be honest, for them to actually hold back and do work against Collapse, as they did in the first 3 minutes, 4 minutes on that first side, I think, to be honest, they held their own. They did very well. It was just unfortunate that once that first flag cap had actually happened, the floodgates did open for them.
I really need to remember when we're on webcam, Gucci. Because I'm just kind of like, like looking around my room at random things, and I'm like, oh, I'm on webcam.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
But yes, Underground Search and Destroy. Remember, this is the final game that's going to be streamed tonight for all you guys watching back at home. We're just over 400 viewers on the stream, so if you guys want to tweet out or do whatever you like.
Follow at Gucci, at Melmoth, and at the VP Brothers.
That's GOOCHHY. If you want.
Y. 2 Y's at the end. 2 Y's.
Two Y's at the end.
Melmoth has got a 3 instead of a E and a 0 instead of an O. He is, of course, the person who is streaming this, organising the whole tournament, which is fantastic.
And I'm
my co-caster this evening.
Yep, and you know, as Melmoth's boss, I'd just like to take this opportunity to say it's a pleasure working with him. He has no way to defend himself on the stream, so it's just going to have to stay as that. Let's get on board with the attacking side and see what's going on with Parasite.
Yeah, so basically now that we own Melmoth, we are going to be taking over the world together using his supercomputer and his connection. But now we are going to be on board with the collapse lineup for this first side.
Oh, and Fahi GB hates my laugh. Do you know what? I need to stop doing it. I'm sorry. I laugh way too much, and I know it annoys people. I will not laugh. I will not laugh. Revan taking out Jake there. And he's going to turn back on himself. Just make sure that no one's sneaking around the back of him. There is only Carbon left alive, and it is 1 versus 2. So Carbon has a little bit of work to do here. Let's see if he's going to be able to pull it off. Revan just moving towards the B bomb site, and the bomb carrier, K Dido, is actually following him. So they are making this push towards this area. Oh, Dido reads the situation brilliantly and manages to kill Carbon, and that was brilliant play from him. Actually, Carbon was in such a better position. Wow, brilliant accuracy from Dido.
Yeah, of course. Now it is going to be here where I think Ante need to make their mark. They need to do it on the search and destroy, and they need to do it quickly before they let Collapse get too far ahead of them. I think now we are going to switch over. I want to get on board with Jake, see how he will fare on this side. He has got that ACR and got Scavenger Impact on as well. Jumped on that bin, looking over to the back. Nobody pushing in as of yet. Stuns have gone over. Be interesting to see. Ooh, Lewis gone very aggressive, but Parasite sat in that corner already. Jake just waiting for him to push out of that, not looking like he's going to do so. No nade actually connected should have done so. Maybe he escaped without Jake realising. I'm not too sure.
Well, here we go. I want to see what's going on. You know what? I'm going to switch it up and see what's going on for the bomb carrier. He is stunned at the moment, and he's just going to have to recover from that. Tuna does also take damage from a Semtex and manages to escape the gunfire coming in at him. He does have the support of his teammates, so I don't think he's going to be challenged anytime soon. And he's, back to square one as he jumps on top of this spin.
Yep, now we are still on board with Jake, who's just circulating around this A bomb site. Carbon getting the kill on Revan in the middle map. Jake just watching the rear for a second. He's very cautious, is Jake. Carbon, although, has been dropped, so this does leave Jake and Tuna against Dido and Leia and Parasite. Or is it Leia? Bomb gone down. Let's see how they can defend this now.
Well, there's 40 seconds left to defend it, and you know what? It's got to be diffused as well, but it's Jake all on his own. We're probably going to see all three of them charge it, and there we go. Brilliant shooting once again by Dido. Dido, who is currently on 4-0 after 2 rounds. Sorry, I'm laughing again. I'm sorry. I'm just such a happy person, Gucci. Just make me sad. Put me down somehow. Tell me something that will upset me.
You've got a tiny cock.
That just didn't help at all. I just burst out laughing.
Right, anyway, let's get on board with the attacking side. That is Collapse, and we are on board with Revan using that MP7, and he is, I think he's a bit indecisive about what to do at the minute. He's looking like he's going to go and watch the back at this present moment in time. We're currently sat on that taxi cab, just waiting for anybody from the Ante lineup to push behind him. So I think we should switch over and get on board with somebody that's doing a bit more pushing. Perhaps that Dido, who is using the ACR. Jake managing to drop Parasite.
Yep, Parasite does go down. I'm flicking through, seeing where the action's at, but it is just Dido and Revan who's left alive. Looking at Revan now for a second, who is engaging in some gunfight. The frag does go over, but does not connect. And Revan a little bit puzzled here, because both him and I do know that someone is around this area, but he's escaped, and he has no idea where to.
Yep, so now flicking onto Dido. Yeah, Dido.
Yep.
Right, anyway. It is Revan and Dido. They have got to take out Tuna, Jake, Louis and Carbon. Oh, we are going to be seeing a 1 versus 3 situation now. Tuna, Jake and Carbon to be taken down by Dido. He's taken down Tuna. He looks up the top but gets taken down by Jake there. They do manage to pick up their first round of this search and destroy.
Yep, and could this be the comeback that we need to see if we are supporting the European side in Ante? Maybe it is. Jake gets that final kill. Let's watch the attacking side once again. We see attacks so many times here on the Search and Destroy Underground, and we all know what to expect by now. The A-bomb push. Sometimes we can see someone trying something sneaky, sneaking around towards that B-bomb to try and flank the enemy team. But no, all of Ante converging apart from Carbon. Let's watch Carbon and see what he can do and see if he can surprise Collapse.
Yeah, he is looking to take them by surprise. He's moved out. He is clearly on that B-bomb now. It will be interesting to see. Can he make that long shot? He does so. He takes down Dido and retreats straight back into that B building. He's just going to look up behind him. Nobody staring out through that window. So he got the kill over there, and then he has retreated over to the A side, which is smart play from Carbon. But unfortunately, Lewis has been taken down by Leia.
Yep, and he does go down. Apparently that's pronounced liar. I thought the same as well, Goot, so, you know, we're learning. It's a learning curve for us.
I'll tell you what, I wish I'd just spell the gamer tags properly, then we wouldn't have this issue.
It's 2 versus 3 now. Ante up against the wall, and we could be seeing a 1 to 3 deficit. You know, Collapse could take the lead once again. Jake does go down, and this is leaving Tuna all on his own. He has managed to take out Parasite, but no, he will fall as Liar gets that final kill. 3-1 to Collapse.
Yeah, quick little shout out to Dean Black, best commentating team, hashtag Team Goochless. Definitely.
Love you. Thank you.
Right,
Thank
now
you.
we are seeing Team Collapse 3-1 up in this search and destroy here. Second map against Ante, going to switch things over, get on board with the Collapse lineup. They have got 3 chances at winning this now. I'm going to go on board with Liar, first of all, see how he can fare up.
Yep, let's see what's going on with him. Just jumping on board with him myself, and he's going to be pushing around now to this A-bomb site with the support of 2 of his teammates, looking for the 4th. Yep, they've all moved towards A, so we're not seeing a single person go towards B here. Liar is trying to find someone. Sorry, my screen's just gone black. Please get back. There we go, and he's behind this fan. The stun grenade does connect with someone, so he knows someone's around this area, and he's just going to wait to make that kill.
Dido, Liar and Revan to take on Tuna, Jake and Lewis. They are on attack. The bomb is making its way towards the A site. Somebody is watching the flank as well. They are set up nicely for this. But no, the bomb has been dropped by Jake in the middle map. Good play from Jake.
Yep, Jake is going to get that kill.
Yeah.
That is going to be 2 versus 3, so now we see Ante on the upper hand here. Could they get this round? They need to win it, or that's going to be 2-0 overall in this best of 5 in favour of Collapse. Liar just waiting to make that plant. Revan's going to get the kill. 2 versus 2. Revan engaging in another gunfight, trying to get the 2-piece, but the Ante player does escape.
Yeah, now we are on board with Liar, I do apologise. Tuna and Jake to take down Liar and Revan. They're actually taking the bomb away from A, but now they're going back in. Huge bait tactics going on now. Oh, Tuna is taking down Revan. Oh, we are on board with Liar left 1 versus 2 against Tuna and Jake. Looking at the top train track area, pushing out now. He's going all aggressive. Sees Tuna sat in that corner. He takes out Tuna, flicking back towards the A bomb site now. Where is Jake? 30 seconds left on that clock. He is getting this bomb down now.
Well, yep, and it needs to go down because time is ticking away. 1 versus 1. I don't think Jake expected him to go for the plant, but this is good news for Liar because he's just got to hold this, and he knows that Jake is going to be making a move on this area very soon.
Yeah, he's opting to watch straight into the middle map. I did actually see a shadow move then, but then I realised it would have been the flag that is hanging up above his head. 27 seconds left on that clock. He's not opting to check that bomb. Yes, he is. He's going now. Jake didn't go straight for it. He's baited it once again. Lion knows that he's not on it anymore. Yes, he is.
And I didn't think he was on it there, and Jake could have got a sneaky defuse. I think he must have been getting pretty close there towards the end. But that is going to be game number 2 to Collapse, which means this is potentially the final game we're going to see of the night. It's going to be Arcade and Capture the Flag. And it's going to be interesting because that first Capture the Flag was a complete walkover for Collapse. But as we've seen in the previous games that we've been streaming tonight, you know, that can all change. Just because they did well in one Capture the Flag doesn't mean the same is going to happen in the next.
Yep, there is at least one more map to be played here tonight, a potential 3 overall. We could see it go to the full best of 5. Ante are not down and out yet, despite losing 4-0 first Capture the Flag, 4-1 on the Search and Destroy there. It is still possible for them to do this.
Okay, well, they're just going to be setting up those rules now. And this is possibly our final chance, Gucci, to go off topic. And I feel we should make the most of it somehow. But I don't have anything prepared. I don't have any cool stories. I've run out. I've been doing so much streaming recently on twitch.tv/the VP Brothers that it's...
And you say I'm a shameless promoter? Oh dear.
I'm not promoting myself. All I'm saying is if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channels and follow me and watch our Twitch stream, then you definitely should, because it's awesome.
It's I think where Rel goes on a little rant. But
I do. I go on rants. I colour my face in with pen. I do all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm a crazy guy.
You know, I'd like to give a shout out to the very active stream chat. I really do appreciate you guys being here throughout all of this, thick and thin. We are getting things underway. Capture the Flag Arcade now, potentially the last map if Collapse manage to round this up and pick up the rounds.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see if they're able to continue that performance we saw on Dome Capture the Flag. Let's jump on board with the top team, and it's let's go. Yeah, let's go bottom. I think you're right, Gucci. We always go the top. Let's see it from the Collapse point of view to start with, and we've seen Parasite. Okay, let's see what's going on with Parasite. He's going to be pushing straight through now. Big push. No hesitation at all. Somehow manages to win a gunfight against Tuna there.
Yeah, he's still pushed up and taken down Carbon as well. Very aggressive start from Collapse. He has seen one player that will probably be a defender in that bomb site. Revan has taken down Lewis. Early pull here coming on from Collapse. It's looking like they know exactly what is required of them here on Arcade and Capture the Flag. They have gone in very early on. I'm still on board with Parasite, yet to die, and currently surrounding the flag area of the Ante lineup. A very quick 40-second cap, first of all, from the Collapse lineup. Parasite still yet to die, has taken down Lewis, and looking in the bottom link, and also up top he's got himself at ACR, going to pick out Jake, looking bottom link as well, going for a 3-piece. No, somebody has escaped through that minibar.
Yeah, absolutely sensational play there by Collapse to get that flag capture extremely early on, and don't look to have dropped their form at all. I mean, they've powered through the first capture of the flag. They did extremely well in the Search and Destroy, and I don't want to suggest that they're playing one of the easier teams of the tournament, but I think they'll be able to continue this performance when we match them up against the other teams that are available in the group. I think it's going to actually be, is it going to be MYP they play next? We've not come to a decision, or Melmos not come to a decision.
We'll give you some more information on that next week, because we are currently unaware of the current situation on where Collapse will be fitting it into this. So stay tuned, guys. 8 PM next Sunday. I don't think it's actually going to be myself and Rel. It is actually going to be Big Bricey and Big Tunny casting next week. Me and Rel have been given the night off, so that was very good of you, Melmoth. Thank you. But we will be back in for the semis and the finals themselves. Still undecided as to when they are as of yet. We will give you more information again about that next week, so don't forget to tune in 8 PM next Sunday, our time of course, which will be 3 PM in the afternoon if you are East Coast, I believe. Wherever the Rambo and Scumps are of the world. I know that they're 5 hours behind us, so if you're from roughly where they are, it's the same time, so it will be a 3 p.m. our stream will start for you guys if you're from America.
Yep, and it'll be a similar time for us Europeans. So just stay tuned on the stream, make sure you subscribe and you'll be able to see all of this. Anyway, let's get back on track with this game. Revan managing to pull that flag once again. They are 1-0 up so far, so they're already ahead, but they just seem to be walking over Ante at the moment. I mean, it's not complete Weishwa. Ante are putting up a brave fight here, but you know, despite the disadvantage in connection, we're seeing extremely strong play from Collapse as a team. 2-0 now.
Okay, so Collapse looking very, very strong here against Ante now. They will, of course, face their first tough challenge next week. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from Ante here tonight, but if they have to play Prophecy next week, that will be a very, very good game indeed, because, of course, Prophecy, they beat Ante 3-0. And then they beat My Pressure 3-2. That was a very close game. My Pressure, of course, got the better of them on the first two capture the flags, dropped the S&Ds, and then Prophecy looked so strong on lockdown to capture the flag final map, which did mean that they took the victory 3-2.
Yeah, just having a quick look in the stream chat. I've no idea what is going on in there, but I just want to say we are all one community. We are all gamers, and we should share the love. You know, if you guys want to come down to I-46, it was awesome. Me and Gucci were at I-45. It was a brilliantly run tournament, and it is nice just meeting people, like-minded people, shall we say, the other gamers of the world. So, you know, I'm just trying to say, let's all be friends. Oh, there we go. That's going to be the first flag capture anyway by Ante. It's 2-1 now. Ante hanging in there by the skin of their teeth. They're 2-0 down in this best of 5, but they are not out of this just yet.
No, not by a long shot. They've managed to claw that back. Now they are on arguably the better side. Louis getting taken down by a harsh corner from Revan there. I think it's clear to see that he used to be a team deathmatch player with corners like that, but now Revan are going to go for another pull. Can it be done in these final 25 seconds? Can they extend the lead once again to 2? Revan getting the better of Jake as he shot him overneath that tree. Revan's going to jump straight in and get that flag capture. 3-1 now to Collapse against Ante. But yeah, as Rel was saying, if you are available on the weekend of I-46, please make sure you make a visit. I thought it was such a quality event, and it's where I found love. I found Lexi.
Hey, oi. But no, in all seriousness, yes, was absolutely brilliant. And you know what I really like about it is all the extra stuff you can do. It's the same as EGL. By all means, try and come down to the EGLs. They've got loads of extra things you can do, but just meeting all the other gamers is awesome. And then, of course, the nights out, however. Anyway, it's possibly the final round, the final side of the final stream and the final of everything for tonight. And we are going to be watching Ante, and we're going to see what they can do. I was watching Lewis there, unfortunately, Semtex himself. It did come up as a Revan kill, but I don't know if that was off the back of his own grenade.
Yeah, it was assisted suicide there from Revan, I think. K-Doodar just takes out Jake. Did I just call him K-Doodar? Oh, no.
Quite possibly, but the flag has been pulled now by Parasite. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of commentating, but yep, that is going to be a flag pull now. Parasite has it in his hands. Remember, they do already have this huge lead over Ante, but that is going to be another capture. Collapse looking like one of the strongest teams in this tournament if they're able to continue this playing to the later games of the WGL $3,000 Soundblaster tournament.
Yeah, please do remember that if you are currently watching it from the YouTube page, there will be a Soundblaster icon roughly around the stream, and you can go there, go and check out the website. You get 25% discount off any of their products when you've followed it through the link for the next 24 hours, courtesy of WGL and Creative Soundblaster Tournament. Just a huge thank you to them for actually sponsoring this tournament and bringing a load of good teams and good competition at Call of Duty all to the same place for you guys to enjoy.
Well, this is going to be a absolute whitewash against Ante, if we're being honest. I mean, they're putting up a good fight, but Collapse are just outclassing them on every single level. It is another flag pull. Carbon is trying to shut this down, nearly gets the 2-piece, but no, it is going to be flag capture number 3 of round 2 here. Just complete domination by Collapse, and I'd love to see Collapse squaring up against other top teams in this tournament to see how they perform against them.
Yeah, it is looking like this is coming to a close now. Still 3 minutes left on the clock. Potential for them to get back into this, but I think 5 flag captures is too much of a mountain to climb, and it is looking like it probably will be a 3-0 victory to the Collapse lineup. I mean, I don't want to write them off too soon. 2 minutes 40 left on the clock. It is potentially possible, but I highly doubt it, to be honest.
I know, Collapse are just playing absolutely fantastic, but it's great to see that Ante aren't giving up just yet. I'm just going to quickly bring up the scoreboard, see what's going on for both teams. Carbon is on 6-17, but you know what? He's the top of his team. He has managed to capture a flag, which has allowed him to get that greater score. But on the flip side, look at Parasite completely dominating Ante. He's on 23-9. His teammates also playing extremely well. Revan at the top for his team, 17-11 with flag captures under his belt. And you know what, Revan, like I say, there's a lot of banter between us, it is all jokes, but he is an absolutely fantastic player, so strong, and he's performed consistently throughout this best of 5 series.
Yeah, best of 5 series that is actually going to end 3-0. It physically is mathematically impossible now for Ante to do this. I think they would need constant relays, which to be honest I cannot see happening. It would literally need to be flag cap, relay, flag cap, relay. And that isn't going to happen. I don't think Collapse are going to allow that to.
No, definitely not. Well, with 1 minute 30, you know what, Collapse could just set up a perimeter around their flag and defend it, but I don't think they really need to. They're still going on the aggressive attack, and they're actually trapping Ante back in their own spawn. They just cannot break out. Dido managing to take out Lewis. Carbon trying to fight his way out of green, only to be answered back by Liar. And once again, flag has been pulled by Collapse. A huge amount of flags been captured in this game by Collapse, and just absolutely fantastic play by them.
Okay, so now Ante currently trailing 7-1.
Yep, it's reached that point where, like you say, Gooch, it is mathematically impossible for them to come back. A valiant attempt by Ante, but they're squaring up against one of the best here. I don't want to take anything away from them. They have played really well, but Collapse have just been so perfect in everything.
I'm sorry, but Revan just got absolutely smashed by Tuna there.
Yep, he did. Liar picking up the 2-piece, 30 seconds left on the clock. Who is going to be able to round this game off with a final kill? And just once again bringing up the scoreboard, seeing how everyone's doing. Revan almost double positive with all the flag captures as well. Well, not all of them, but a significant amount of flag captures under his belt.
23-70 is his score. That is one impressive capture the flag score.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is going to be it, Gucci. This is going to be it for the night.
Yep, it is looking like that is the end of the stream today. Of course, myself and Rel will just sit here, talk to you absolute waffle while we try and round off for like 2 minutes or so. But well played to all of our teams tonight.
I'm sorry.
Collapse getting victorious over Ante in the final game of this evening. We also saw Prof beat MYP. We had Optic falling at the hands of TCM. And we also had Apex.DOM. They were also Optic fell at the hands of the TEC.
No, it's okay. I got this.
Go on, you got my back, bro.
Well, Dominance did beat Optic. There was pleasantries exchanged over Twitter. It's nice to see no abusive indirect tweets, shall we say, but more friendly gestures.
Actually, as you've just said that, Big Time has just tweeted, EGL7 will happen soon, and when it does, no fucks, no mercy will be given.
But the thing is, that's kind of a joke. That's not like an insolent thing, but you know what I mean? It was nice to see them being good sports about it. My Pressure did lose 3-2 to Prophecy. The final round was 3-2 in Prophecy's favour, so really close between those guys. TCM did beat TEC, and Collapse have just beaten Ante, so all of those guys will be a little bit better off from their groups. Well played to you guys. It's been magical, Gooch. I've loved streaming alongside you. Thank you to Soundblaster as well for sponsoring this tournament, and of course WGL and Melmoth for hosting it for everyone.
Yeah,
and,
that was an absolutely brilliant night of competitive Call of Duty. Remember to actually join us here at 8 PM our time next week. And then we'll see you again for some more games. I think there are actually some decisive games going on next week as well, so it's one not to miss.
Okay, well that's going to be it from me and Gooch. We're just going to round things up nicely here. before midnight, which is good because I think last time groups we broke the 2 a.m. mark. So thank you again for everyone for watching, and we will see you guys next time.